And then there I was, picking off my scabs and eating them.
I too was picking off your scabs.
What?
You told people you wouldn't talk about my scabs.
It's my scabs. Don't look at my scabs. Oh.
So here's what we're gonna do tonight, guys. We're gonna fuck them in the ass, okay?
Twice. Fuck! Hey, Ed's back.
Guys, we're all missing it. We just gotta fuck them.
Flock 'em.
Maybe if we get them the good old horizontal naughty dance, maybe they may leave us alone.
Horizontal naughty dance.
Good evening. Welcome to Loaded Jokers.
We're jokers and we're loaded.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Gaylord
We're loaded with jokes. Get it? No one else?
Mayo.
Mayo.
Yeah, look at chat.
What about mayo?
So, Jazzy's...
Delicious, creamy. Gaylord Von Manlicker Mayo.
What? Oh my
That's what it says in chat.
You what, mate?
You what, mate?
You what, mate?
I swear on my mom.
I swear on Sammy's mum.
That's Chris.
I swear on Chris.
No.
Morrigan. Stormageddon. Something. Let's see. All right. A few quick things to get out of the way. We'd like to get them out of the way.
You have to go like you're talking to the camera.
It does. Come here, audience. Come on over.
Hope everyone's having a great day.
We do have a couple of things, quick things to do. We have, of course, our returning sponsors. Always Kiwi Mail, kiwimail.square.space, makers of fun chainmail and scale mail dice bags and chainmail accessories. Have a promo code set up, ZACDND 15 for 15% off your purchases. We also Justin Armand, if you could, hey, could you slide me those dice? He is a content creator on the DMs Guild. He does some really amazing work. He just released a book about infernal contracts that's really fun. With the release of the Ascent into Avernus, Baldur's Gate, the new D&D module game. It could really enhance your game, and so it makes for a lot of fun reading. But he got us a set of Gen Con dice, only available at Gen Con 2019. And an absolutely stunning set of Gen Con dice that we'll be giving away at the end of our break from our session tonight. And let's see, is there anything else real quick? So you may check out Justice Armand, or you can also find him on Twitter. He is the Norse DM. Justin Armand on the DMs Guild, making some great third-party supplements for D&D 5e. We have an extra canine in the house tonight, so if you hear that in the background, nail scratching on the linoleum in the kitchen, that's what that madness is, and we're all very happy to have Sammy in the studio with us tonight.
Sammy is so fucking cute.
Sammy's the best.
Sammy!
Anybody who saw our Instagram or Twitter post, there's a Sammy Easter egg in it.
He's getting poisoned. He's sniffing his butt.
So, let's see. When last we left our adventurers, you had spent the evening out in the woods, a half a day's, or about a day's travel away from Suzale, to the foothills of the mountains, to the west and slightly north. Having been lured there, with the promise of helping Mystios with his condition that he suffered during a trip through the Feywild, where he consumed raw Fey vegetation and is making a slow transformation, taking the shape of a satyr. These two that you found in your midst quickly gained your trust, took you to a what they called a citadel, and as they or excuse me, a cathedral, to where you're supposed to meet a holy man, a holy person. It became quickly apparent as the language shifted from cathedral to citadel, and you saw this fallen cathedral, that it was that something was amiss, but not soon enough did you realize before you realized that it was in fact an assassination attempt. A furious battle was had. You spent the night recovering after being triumphant in that fight. Out on the road back to Suzail, where Salty Eye and who else was with you on your trip, and Ember. And as you met up on the road, armed now, everybody with new information. After a night's rest, you devised a plan, began your travel back to the city of Suzail. I believe Ember, in the form of a red dragon, and Salty Eye in tow, riding majestically high through the clouds, trying to avoid detection as night drew ever closer. The rest of our band on the road, traveling overland. As you approached the high city walls, the 40-50 foot high city walls of Suzail, and in the waning light, it being nearly nighttime, as you were about to crest the city walls, you became aware of wyvern riders that were protecting the skies above Suzail, and very narrowly escaped the protections, the protective forces of Suzail. So, going back to the ground, gaining entrance to the city, you made a visit first. We went to the blacksmith before you even left. You had already met with the blacksmith, donned your new dragon scale armor that you had harvested from the fallen dream dragon. You got Ivan's whip. And what else did you gain from the blacksmith?
I had the rapier from that prince.
Yes. And you had a copy made.
Yeah. And I also got an eye patch, and I have arrowheads.
Yes, you had some. Yes, you had new arrowheads made from the Dream Dragon scales. Okay. When you guys went and were meeting with Skakis, while everybody else was making their plans on what to do when they returned to the city, there was some talk and an idea of forming a barricade that might slow the progress of the five as they moved back towards Suzail. There was much discussion about whether to meet them head on or to lay an ambush. Many ideas were bounced around, discussed, sometimes heatedly between the heroes, but never anything concrete. Nothing was set in stone. You did reach out to some of the allies that you had made in previous battles. The head of the hunters from the Feywild, who you had successfully bonded with and hunted. Charter, who was was running a mercenary group in the service of Lord White Sparrow. Who else did you get in touch with? There was
the paladins.
The paladins from the Temple of Tyr, where they were quick to defend the honor and the justice in the name of one who seemed to represent a fallen order. You had all of your allies converging on one of the gates of Suzail. here we are again. There was you had been questioning Skakis, and what was the last question? That is.
I know we gave her a whisper. I don't know what we said exactly, but I know that we had a free whisper when we left off.
You know, what was the? I left you with a question hanging. Do we remember what that was? I believe it was a. Wasn't it a question to you, Ember?
I don't remember. Ember doesn't remember.
It's been 3 weeks.
Did anybody in chat remember? No?
Of course not.
Oh, Sean's here. Hey, what's up,
You
Sean?
think they pay attention?
No.
I
They're
didn't
too
write
busy
anything
talking
down.
about creamy mayo.
I did write down Roderick can't keep his dick in his pants. So
Many children.
that's yeah.
Okay, so there was so
I'm looking it up for you, Zach.
There was a talk of penis not being allowed in pants.
Well, you know, never mind. I'm not even with you. We're still out on the road somewhere. You're still in.
We gotta
bed.
be getting close by now.
I was like, we should be
you're
getting
very
close.
close. Where you're approaching the city already. I mean, you're
Zach,
I know.
I mean,
what I'm getting at. Are we gonna meet
I'm
these
pretty sure it was
people?
our
Who's
question
gonna?
that we had.
Who's gonna?
yeah.
Who's gonna take charge of all
Zach,
these
I think it was
people
a
are
question
coming?
that we had to make up.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was reading her body language and like I made an assumption or something like that. Because she wanted to ask a question, use it, and then I used her body language against her.
okay.
So we still have a free question from that.
Okay.
I think that's what that was. Are the results in?
Working on it.
I'm fact checker.
It was important.
Yeah.
So, the rest of you, on your way as this meeting with Skakis is ongoing. What is, as you're traveling closer and closer, the wagon getting you are in queue to get into Suzale. Is there anything that you need to say to each other? Anything that you need to do? Anything that you need to reach out?
Well, that's why I just messaged Ivan. Was
Ivan's deep in thought and meditation, trying to remember what the fuck they said last week.
what I can also do is that if we're going to fight the five head on, I can also go to Thieves Guild. I'm pretty sure we'd have some thieves on our side if we offered them some good coin.
do we have good coin?
I have a lot of coin.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're
Loaded.
coin frenzies.
Yeah, we got money. Money. But yes, so thinking take some coin down to the Thieves Guild, see if anybody's willing to help.
That could be a good idea.
Skakis was piqued by the prospect of the self-proclaimed King of White Sparrow having a hostage, and that hostage being the grandchild of Roderick Town.
Ah, that's right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, indeed. Quite.
Indubitably. Quite.
I remember it being something juicy, and we're just like, ooh, somebody gonna die.
It's Roger Tam.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to die.
he's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
You must die.
He must
So-
die.
So, as you're approaching the city gates, I'll aboard your cart.
Misios, did I hear you say something about wanting to hire your kind?
It wouldn't hurt to have some sneaky boys on our side.
What do these sneaky boys cost?
How many would you like is a better question.
Would you like to have your own team? You can lead?
I can lead my own group.
Then, how does, shit, wrong bag. Hold on. Take the reins for a moment. Thank you.
Good horse, dog.
Yes, Poopy Pants has been a very good horse for
Good
us.
poopy
Are you
pants.
seeing me? Oh my god.
It's the best. I swear to God.
He does what he wants.
Will the platinum work?
The platinum?
Nah.
Platinum is how many gold again?
Not 20, I think.
Zach?
Hmm?
Platinum is 20 gold, right? A single platinum? I don't remember.
I thought it was 100.
Is it 100 gold?
10.
10 gold. Never mind.
I was just gonna let you barter them away.
Then... Shit, how about, and give you 10 platinum.
Give me 10 platinum.
Nah, no. Just hand you the company bag so you can fish it out.
I'm gonna take more than just 10 platinum. Oh my God. I'm gonna take 20 platinum.
We only have 16.
I'm gonna take 16 platinum.
Alright, that's fine. One does not give a thief a bag and not expect him to take it.
You really just gave a thief.
Okay, so Missios is gonna lead the thieves, right?
I'm gonna go hire
Who's
some
gonna
thieves.
lead these other groups? Is
Missios,
that you, Ivan?
Missios, listen, this has to happen very fast.
And as he says that, I hop off the cart and I make a mad dash towards.
We'll meet you at the Wizard's Tower.
Okay. And I'm gonna make a mad dash towards the. Wow. Crap.
Cool. Make a stealth check.
Cool. Man, I wish I was good at those.
With disadvantage.
Oh, why? Why disadvantage?
You're outside the city.
Oh, I didn't say I was going sneaking. I just said I was jumping off and hauling ass. I wasn't trying to be stealthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, as soon as you jump off the cart and begin to run inside the city gates, one of the guards and clotheslines you.
Whoa!
He is with us. He is with us. He's with the one that they call Vestamond.
So, where are you going in such a hurry?
Oh, God. I'm gonna go fuck something. What do you want? Jesus.
Two guards come and haul you up off the ground. They just basically lift you up off. Your feet are dangling for a second.
I am short.
Yeah. So, where are you going in such a rush? And wait, one hand they have your shoulders and your wrists. And I begin to.
Do you want me to shit my pants right here? I will.
No, we want you to follow proper protocol for getting into the city. And anyone trying to rush the gates is very likely to end up in the cells underneath the castle.
And as he's saying that, I'm gonna try to push out a little turd.
You successfully shit yourself. You don't even have to roll for that.
There we go. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Good God, man, have you soiled yourself? And they shove you back towards the line of people waiting to get in.
What?
And the people that are, because it smells pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it does.
Your cheeks are now wet and.
I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna turn invisible with my ring and start walking.
Just imagine.
I'm gonna leave the stink. Oh no, the stink is going. The stink is coming.
That's not very stealthy.
Everybody that's in the line, everybody that's in the line, with the exception of your party, the farmers and tradesmen and people that are trying to ship goods into the city, all gasp for a moment as you just disappear.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
And you're able to just a couple of times guards are like, "Oh, ready, good," and they try to reach out for you and grab you, but you are able to just dip and dodge right by them.
Awesome.
To make your way into the city.
I'm gonna go straight to the local tailor. Can't fight in these pants. What do you want?
I'm sure you get brown pants.
Maybe you shouldn't have shit yourself.
I thought it was gonna work.
Maybe
Listen,
you should have used the ring in the first place.
other animals can shit their way out of situations. Why can't I?
You are not a gazelle.
You have tools.
Yeah, but when was the last time you shit your pants in front of some guards?
Especially if you look
Never.
especially when you look like a goat.
Exactly, especially when I'm looking half goat. You kidding me? Come on.
I would argue to say that it was highly effective.
Agreed, you got the
They
job
were
done.
distracted by
Yeah,
the
let's
smell
hurry.
of
Whatever
shit.
you do, hurry.
But yeah, I'm literally just gonna go to the local tailor, buy a pair of pants, some leather trousers.
Leather trousers.
Oh, that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing all leathers.
I like it.
Nice.
Make sure it has a zipper in the back to get open real quick.
Yeah, do you have anything with a butt flap?
Butt flap, yeah.
On the fly shit, dude.
Easily enough. You're able to obtain new pants. And the rest of you, it takes another 15 minutes, but eventually one of the guard captains working this station looks up and recognizes Vestamond, and for a second he's looking around. He looks around. He's like. Again, slaps a couple of the guys in the heads. I was like, what are ye doing keeping this gentleman waiting? Have ye not heard he's been returned to all, he's to be returned to all rights and privileges of his previous station? And like, who? It's like, it's Vestamond. He's returned to Suzail. And the people that are around, like waiting in line, and those who had just kind of everybody got. There's a momentary audible gasp as people turn, and dozens of eyes on you, and some people like kind of bow for a moment. Some swell with pride, and there's a couple from just inside the city gates that their heads turn. And their heads kind of go together, and they begin whispering to each other. And they look, and one smiles, and they turn and begin immediately walking the city street.
As a wizard, can I tell that they got some evil thing plot in their mind or mischievous deed?
I don't know. What spell would you use to find out about what's going on in their mind?
Read their minds.
Is there a particular spell that...
Detect thought.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in here somewhere.
I'm just going to try to guide the horses and get this in as fast as
It
possible.
don't matter. They're just more the scurrilous people here. Let's just get going. I want to ask Ivan, who's going to lead this group that's coming to meet us?
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it in front of the public ear.
I'm just talking to him, just me and him.
Okay. Your voice is rather boisterous.
That's
I
the
can
one
hear
I'm
it all the way
thinking.
from the other side of town.
As you do very casually use detect thoughts. So, the first thing is Vestamond. It's like, how did he survive the trap of the Feywild?
We got.
And then, as they turn and walk away. So,
good thing I disposed of that evil woman.
To answer your question, I'm hoping...
Well, let's wait till we get back to my place and we'll talk about this. We'll plan it out.
Such a cocktease.
There's evil people lurking all about. There's all kind of scoundrels and scum all around us. Let's
Mystios is gone, you know that, right?
What?
We don't know that. He could be right behind us, invisible.
I guess you're right.
Do you smell him?
You said what? What did you say?
I was thinking the same thing.
Xenophon, before we go into this battle, this could quite literally be one of the last times we have to speak. It's come to my understanding that the Druga are your people. The mountain dwarves, correct?
Sky dwarves.
Yes.
They make wonderful cheese. Have you ever had cheese?
What type of question is that?
Right here before battle, you're asking about cheese.
I'm hungry.
She lactose intolerant.
I know what this is about.
I don't know how to answer your question.
Cheese, you take milk and, well, I've read about it. I've never had it myself, I don't think.
No, I didn't have time for those kinds of luxuries, thank you.
No, okay. Do you think perhaps we could, if we ever make it back to your forge, we could try it?
Perhaps, if we live. Outside of game, I don't know if you're trying to make fun of my northernness or not.
No, I'm
Okay.
no, I'm really not. Dwarvish cheese.
Okay.
Sounds like a thing I want to experience.
Besides that, I mean, we can buy cheese along the way if you're hungry. Let's go over our plan that we.
I mean, yes, of course we can buy some cheese, but I'm talking about making a pact with a battle buddy, or if we survive this hellhole that's about to happen, better be some good fucking cheese. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it could be,
I hope
would
you're
be,
not
should
asking
be.
me
Let's
to make
go.
it,
No.
because then it would not be good cheese.
Maybe I'm feeling sentimental as we look into the mouth of what could be our own demise. Just kind of has me thinking. Brother, you're quiet. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I had no idea if I was with you guys or not. That's
You've
why.
been
That's
sitting
why I
on
had
this
this
wagon the
You've
whole
been sitting
time.
literally with everybody.
Okay.
What about
I'm
your
thinking
cheese?
about how
I'm sorry, one more time.
the time is kind of against us right now, and we need to figure out what we're doing here.
I don't know what it is.
I know we discussed that we would probably go
Well,
attempt to dispel the fountain.
correct. I think disconnecting their ability to recharge is going to be the best thing to do. And
Just unplug it.
let's remember that the purpose of what's about to happen is to get Pip back. I'll be honest with you. If they get out of that wagon and they're looking fresh, I don't think we should engage in fisticuffs.
Well, I can attempt to dispel magic, but I don't know if it's a dispel magic that we need to do, or if it's to blow up the actual well we need. If we can get back to the little slit, I should be able to reach it.
Why?
Okay,
why-
well, first, before we decide what we're going to do with the well, should we go and try to rescue Pip? The whole thing, we called all these people together to help us.
Correct.
And,
They're going to
and
be
Miss
there.
Jones is going to get some of his friends to help.
Yes.
Let's go do that first
Same-
and then worry about going to the well.
Well,
Saliana's message said that they would be here in the morning.
Well, the
people will be
the
ready at
well's
the gates
part
in
of
the
the
morning.
well's part of the plan. Given like we can't take them how they are. We have to attempt to dispel the
I
magic.
believe I've said that ever since we fought them in the last town. That we have to divide and conquer them.
I agree with that.
That's the whole idea. But we have to get Pip out.
Yeah, that we're not trying to fight. We're just trying to save. We just need to save Pip.
Pip is number one.
Pip is number one.
Because if we can get Pip back to Oberon,
Then he,
guys, we're golden.
yeah, he can.
We
He can
literally have a
either,
god on our side.
He can.
Yeah, but Oberon is not like a benevolent person. He's
No.
a very vindictive person.
No, but the thing is, though, is that he will then owe us a favor.
If he feels like it.
We hope.
He for sure will, because it's his own son.
So he says.
Well, if we
I
talk
think
to him the
that-
right
I
way,
think
I
they're all
think we can figure
playing
it out.
a game. I think all of them are playing a game.
Well, then we will play that game accordingly.
Because I mean, for all I know, Salty could be my daughter. Because me and Roderick used to whore around all the time back in the day.
Salty Eye is everyone's daughter.
Hi, Daddy.
I'm good.
No, we should. We are to regroup with those two at Vestimon's place, correct?
Yes.
Two.
These two.
Oh,
Okay. Then, brother, will you help me move some of these people out of the way if we need to get the cart down?
Yes.
All right, then we'll do that as quickly as we can. If we need to be rude getting through the town, we will. But we are moving with purpose.
Okay, so again, taking the reins back from Mistios.
He's gone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, taking the reins that Mistios just left lying on the floor of the carriage,
Nice.
and over the cobbled streets. It gets a little rough a few times, and a few people are dodging to the left and the right to get out of the way as you're shouting warning to them. But where are you going? To Vestamon's house?
Vestimon's house.
Okay. On which you do arrive. Again, the lamplighters have already been out. The lamps out in the streets of Suzale. The city wall looming in the distance. You can hear the garrisons, the troops atop the walls as they're shouting preparations. The torches every so often up on the high walls as the city preparing again. being ever vigilant, readying itself for the rumored coming war. You, Esteban's house, you find in good order. As you approach, it doesn't appear as if anything is disturbed.
I have a thought on this. I walk up and I touch the stone, and I'll leave my hand on it and say, have others besides us come back to this house in the past day or two?
Be the answer.
Esteban, does your... Nah, never mind, it's not part of it. And I'll open the door and start walking inside. I'm gonna sit
The door opens for you, and again, as you enter, the hearth comes to light. Lights around the walls, sconces begin to glow lightly.
Just taking a quick look before I find a place to park my ass. If I look, like, does anything appear to be moved out of place from where it was before?
Make a perception
check. 23.
23?
Yeah.
Noise.
Good.
Tucked over in the corner of the room, off in the by one of the closets, and by next to a bookshelf, there are 2 wooden cases.
Wooden cases? Have I seen them before, or is this the first time I've ever seen them?
That's the first time you haven't. They weren't there the last time you were here.
Well, who could have brought them in? Because my house is protected by wards and glyphs. Who could have brought them there? Who could have come into my
The house itself.
Before we worry about that,
Wait, what's there?
Maybe
there are
wooden crates.
2 wooden boxes over there in the corner.
Open them. There's probably liquor in them.
Yeah, it
My
might be
wine.
wine. Amazon Prime is getting really good.
I'm gonna walk forward and gently pick one up and give it a little.
One of them, the first one that you pick up is it's incredibly light. It's a lot lighter than you would have expected.
Well,
Can I crack it open?
Very easily, you find it, the edges of it.
Traps.
You and pry the top of the box open, and when you do, there's a sudden and several hundred flowers come spilling out of it, and they're falling all around your feet.
Tutu, I think your man paid you a visit.
I think the house might be for me.
Burn.
Would you like to, here, I'm just gonna, like, put the box in my hands and I'm just gonna go sit down for a minute. Think about what we're getting ready to go do.
I'll open the other box then.
Okay, and as you do, you find that underneath the lip of it, and you give it a pull, and nestled inside of the pieces of torn palm leaf, the smell of salty air kind of hits your face. There is another 10 bottles of wine as requested.
Salty Eye's not here, but in my mind I'm thinking, this bitch told me this was gonna be impossible. Well, it's looking less impossible.
Well, accept it, my dude. You may have to run back to the Fae with this creature
You know what?
to help save us.
I'll be
To help
in,
save Pip.
I'll be in Pip's personal guard, and then I'll be fine.
Well,
You may have to marry this creature.
Yeah, I've done worse.
for what it's worth, he actually appears to be quite charming.
Yeah, you have done worse. You threw him with us. So you're absolutely
well, I
right,
was
my
meaning
dear.
specifically for mates, but like, sure, we can go with that.
Okay, so here you are. You've arrived at Vestamon's place.
Let's
What
talk.
would you like to do? What would you like to say?
I want to know
Things that you
who
need
our
to say.
man is. Ivan, who's going to run these people that are coming?
More importantly, we need to focus on one thing at the time. Vestaban, your library upstairs. do you have a way, or do you know where the books would be about any vessels that could contain magic?
Well, yeah, I've got all kind of shit up there. Let me go look.
If you can find anything about this well, anything resolving the well, what can we do with it, what dangers?
Well, talk amongst yourselves about who's gonna lead this group of fighters that we're supposedly. How we're gonna attack? Make a plan. Let's don't wait till in the morning and eat cheese and then go fight and get our asses kicked.
Especially the cheese.
I just wanted cheese.
You know, let's
Is that
make
the
a
problem?
plan about a plan of action. These people are very powerful.
Did you watch Goblin Slayer recently?
That's exactly what he's quoting.
That's literally.
Okay.
Thanks for recovering the Easter egg, Dick.
Oh, hi, Sammy.
Sorry.
But no,
Okay.
Zach, calm down.
cold nose.
No, son, it was like I thought a rat was like ran across my foot for a second, and Sammy laid down on me.
Aww.
You fart off. I want you to lay down on me.
No, Vestamond, if you and Xenophon, would you mind helping Vestamond look upstairs for these books?
Okay.
In the meantime, Armeas and I and Tutu will sit down and we're going to draft up some kind of a battle plan.
Vestamon, while we're up there, I would like to have your permission to use all of your ingredients to craft as many health potions as I can.
Of course, my dear. Whatever you need. You know,
back up.
you've saved us many a time. So whatever you need, whatever you see up there that you need, feel free.
I hope to God that somehow we fund some kind of an animation for this, because I'm picturing just a thick ass dwarf with your voice. Just, hey, Mastermind, you mind if I go up there?
Hey there, can I go up on there? See, you should always be chewing on a turkey leg.
Okay, Xenophon and I go up to the lab and start looking around for stuff. You can let her explore. Y'all make your plans.
I'll get you something you like better.
So I'm going to while they go and look for books or any kind of research, I'm going to attempt to make something that looks like a battle map or a plan, just with charcoals and loose paper, showing the South City gates, and I want to position something, 30-40 feet away from the main gates or more if I can, and have the paladins in the rear, the fighters, the hunters in the very front, and then the presumed thieves somewhere in the middle or on the outskirts, to where the cart will have to go through all these people.
I think we ought to go at least a mile away from the town.
If we can get further, that would be great, but...
Okay, so where are you looking at this now?
So I'm looking at the maps that we were able to find in Vestamon's house before.
Okay.
And looking at where the south gate is and where it meets the road.
Do I have a...
I'm saying we need to go further away so we don't, so the city, people in the city don't see us in this fight. Is what I'm saying. We need to meet them out on the curve of the road that I saw earlier.
Okay. At this point, have I already recruited some thievy boys?
You just said you're going to
We will get to that.
Okay.
Let's see.
God, I fucking love you, Sammy. Shit.
Yeah, I thought he was fucking with Taylor. I was like, damn, that's so cute.
No, I would do anything for this dog.
You wouldn't say that to me.
Damn right I would.
Taylor, we can date.
Okay.
He wouldn't have a problem with that.
You wouldn't?
Go open Discord.
No, I didn't go.
Discord?
I'm so excited I dropped my phone. Wait, I have a speakerphone. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the city of Suzelle.
He's a great beer.
So that gate that you're looking at is going to be the one closest to the number 6. It's right in between 6 and 42. There's a set of double gates to the, it's sort of to the northeast side. That's the gate that you're looking at for.
Okay.
40 feet outside of the gate is going to be within archer range of the people on the gate. You probably want to go like a mile or so away.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
At least
40
a mile
feet
or two
outside of the
away.
gates is going to be on full display and full view of everyone who's manning the gates and the towers.
I mean, Ivan's gonna try to make sense of distances and from what we've seen.
Okay.
This is the road that we have not come in on.
No, that is the road you came on.
Okay, got it. Okay. So
That is the road that you came in on. Again, there's the 43. The house is up on the hill.
Mhm.
That's where you were across the road from that before. You have actually left by all 3. You've been in and out of all 3 main gates of Suzale. 64 was the one that you went out of on the last time on the far left side.
Mhm.
The only entrances that you haven't used for the city of Suzale are the port entrances. You haven't come into or out of the city by any of its ports. By port, you have used all 3 of the major land entrances.
Okay.
So, but yes, you would know that it would be best if you were going to try not to attract any attention. It's going to be a good mile and a half outside of the city.
Perfect.
I say we can do
2 miles out.
2 miles out. I mean, it's far enough away from hearing. Especially if there's a calamity going on, like what's about to happen.
True. Yeah, we can do that. Then-
But yes, once you do travel that road, and it takes you back west again, back towards Marzember. There are some places where the roads go off to the north. That beyond that, where they will, the direction that they'll have to come because they're coming from the south. They're coming across the this small sea here. That they're going to be coming this way, but right there beyond that fork is where there was like lots of trees to one side and the ocean to the other.
Okay.
So, and plenty of places where you could possibly set up an ambush.
Okay. I mean, the only thing we have to be careful with is that the people that Salty Eyes already told they're going to be meeting us at the gates, so we have to take them and ride together.
Well, why don't you send someone out to meet them before they get to the gate? We can get up like at 6 o'clock in the morning and go outside the city and meet them way out before they get all the way to the gate.
Before a big battle, we need our sleep.
I was gonna say it's already nighttime now. How far is our business not shipping?
It's just like 10 minutes away, 10-15 minutes away.
It's about 3 or 4 blocks from there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really easy to get to.
All right. Let's wait until everybody regroups here, and then maybe we can send a runner, or we can go tell Hal to hire someone.
Good.
All right.
Agreed. Is that what you want to do? So you're gonna wait till everybody kind of regroups, and then you figured it.
Who's everybody? Us?
The ones that are at the house.
Well, yeah, all of us.
Okay.
I'm saying, but what we need to do is someone needs to go out and meet these people before they get all the way to the gate, so they're not seen by the city guards and everything. Go a mile and a half out and meet them and say, wait here, we'll be here in a minute. Yeah, you know, our group will be here. Or, you know what I'm saying?
I discussed with
or if you want to,
I think we're just talking about those two
sometime
showing
after
up.
midnight we can
Yeah.
leave the city
That's
and
what
go
I'm-
and make a hut out there and camp out So when they start coming in, we can meet
We are
them all.
going to do all of that, but we're waiting for Salty Eye and Ember to come back.
Okay.
And
well,
Mystios.
And Mystios. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting he went invisible.
Okay, so
Well, I want to message Mystios and say, look, don't bring them thieving bastards to my house. Go out. You know, go to our business, and we'll meet you
Don't
there.
take him to the business.
That's an even worse idea.
I mean,
okay, so
so hold on, just for my own clarification. Okay, where should I take them? Where should they meet?
Well, you just fart, and they'll follow you. Smell all the way to our business, and we'll meet you there.
So we're meeting at the business.
We're meeting at the business.
We're meeting at the business.
okay,
Alright.
all right. So, okay, you making your way to the now familiar areas of you to the Thieves Guild, and it's and it's hidden offices.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Now,
you arrive.
with my time in the Thieves Guild, I know that there are many different classes of thieves, and what technically, as the definition of thievery, is different amongst person. Is there any people that I would know of that could possibly be at the guild that I know are just like battle ready, like they'll steal, but they obviously don't care about getting caught. Like they're more of like a scene causer than anything. Or just people that I know have been in like plenty of fights to know to be able to how to handle themselves.
Yeah, you would know that that there are many roguish types that are members that have dual guild memberships. Some who are members of the Thieves Guild, who are also members of Assassins Guild.
Ooh, I'm gonna go straight up to them. They're gonna be my first guys I'm gonna talk to.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to. I want to see if I can.
So again, asking around again, you do. Yeah, okay, it's you're told by a very young dwarf that he looks quite studious. He's got little round glasses perched on the tip of his nose, and he's it looks like he's keeping notes in a book. Sorensen and Ableton are shooting dice and drinking rum in the back room.
And do we have any explosion experts?
Gunpowder? No, not that I'm aware of.
Gotcha.
It's a sort of a fledgling technology, if you would.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not many people. Sounds like you want somebody from the Alchemist Guild.
I'm good. Appreciate it.
Alchemists. They'll know how to make gunpowder.
Thanks. I'm gonna start heading towards.
It looks kind of indignant for a second. It's like, you're not making fun of my speech impediment, are you?
No, I'm
Yes.
actually in the process of turning it into a
I'm
satyr,
busted
so
one.
I do apologize. My tongue kind of acts funny sometimes.
Fine. See you later.
And then, so I'm gonna go find those two, the ones that he said.
Okay, and making your way into the back room. So a couple of people sharing a pipe and laughing. You make your way to a dimly lit back room, and you do find a couple of people dicing quietly at a table.
What were their names again?
Sorensen and Ableton.
Sorensen and Ableton. They brothers. Alright. I'm gonna go up to them like, you guys interested in doing a job?
What's the job?
Kill certain people, take what you want, just make sure that we get one person out.
Does it involve ice cream?
I can get you ice cream if you like.
Really?
Yeah. Or I can give you money, whichever one you prefer. If you want ice cream, I guess I can find ice cream.
You know some wizard.
I know a wizard. I can conjure up ice cream.
We both really like ice cream.
Yeah, I can get you ice cream.
Dragonberry?
Dragonberry. Yes. Any toppings? Dragonberry. Let me write this.
Dragonberry ice cream.
Just dragonberry ice cream. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like?
Butter tarts.
Butter tarts.
Deadly assassins only want ice cream.
And pastries.
Dragonberry ice cream and butter tarts.
Hey, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, would you like to try our new butter tart ice cream? Alright.
Butter tart ice cream? That sounds disgusting.
So not butter tart ice cream. So dragonberry ice cream, butter tart treats.
Yes.
What else?
You're very bad at negotiating.
I mean, it's this. And listen, if I don't have to give them money, I'm gonna. I just got to keep 16 platinum.
Yeah. If you could pay in advance, what's the target?
There's a caravan coming up by tomorrow. And
It's always a caravan. Yeah, it's always a caravan.
have you heard of the Five? It's them. We're going to be attacking them, taking somebody away from them, having a good, and we're going to meet up with quite a bit of other people.
And then we're gonna go to Coldstone.
And then even afterwards, I'll get you more ice cream if you pull this off, or if you can find any more of your friends that are willing to do this, I'll get them more ice cream.
An extra scoop for man.
Yep. Exactly.
Friends.
Any of your other coworkers, I would say.
Friends? No, we work alone.
Okay. Never mind. So now I'm gonna start looking at both of them like, which one do you guys want to help?
We'll both help.
Okay. So okay, I will be back with your dragonberry ice cream and butter tarts.
Cool. He picks up his bone dice and says, begins rolling again.
We'll meet tomorrow morning at what time did we say?
Early.
Tomorrow early morning.
6.
At
First light.
At
No.
first light at the
Top
docks in front of a company called Hammer and Shield.
Mott Shipping.
Mott Shipping.
Oh, okay. Months. I know the place, yeah. When are you gonna have the ice cream? And tarts.
I'll be right back with them, I promise. I'm just gonna start walking away and be like, fuck, where the hell do I get ice cream and tarts? I'm just gonna start walking around and I guess, can I roll to see if I know of a...
Okay, you start walking around in search of some sort of pastry shop or sweet shop. While you're doing that, you guys are talking to Skakis.
Skaggies. Skaggies.
Yeah, so Roderick Tam's my daddy, and he has a grandson.
Interesting.
You said that you'd give me a whisper?
Say please.
Is there something in particular that you'd like to know?
Actually, if you have this knowledge, I would like to know if you know how to return stolen magic.
Ah. Now there's a secret worth knowing.
And that's what we're leaving on.
That's what we're gonna call it tonight.
Fuck you! We'll find them next time on Dragon Ball Z.
So, Skakis, the one that knows many whispers,
Skookies.
do you know how to return stolen magic?
I've heard whispers.
I bet you have.
God, you suck, Scott.
And she stands, pulling herself up to her full dragonborn height. And adjusts her monocle. she walks over to one of the corners where there's a stack of books is, and she begins leafing through them. And she pulls out one page that looks like the edges are tattered, and a puff of dust comes up, and she pulls it off. This in. Sure I get this right.
Oh shit, I got some. Hold on. I got it. I'm ready.
Where's the chair?
Sure.
Better be. My
I
dog's
had
about to
chili, it
die.
wasn't the chair, Chet.
Fucking chili.
Okay.
Chili? Touch something. Let me.
Okay, this is a really tense moment, so I'm gonna ask you guys to. Shh.
We ain't there.
Shh.
Please. It is said that before her downfall, Mistra made a lover of Mask. Within his horn lies the ability to transport magic.
Is any of this ringing a bell with me?
Make a religion check.
Yeah, who's Mistra?
That name, like, it's familiar to me. 6 plus. I don't have my stuff.
I gotta do that first stuff.
And of course, my connection just got interrupted, so I can't get to D&D Beyond to look at your sheet.
Characters.
Okay, yes.
What'd you need?
Religion.
Religion. +2.
8.
Yeah.
You know that Mask. You do know that Mask would be the god of thieves.
Hey, you wanna roll another one of those religion checks?
I'm not there. I'm out looking for ice cream and treats.
I mean,
Would I know
am I
more
there?
information,
No,
knowing
it's just those two.
Okay.
being from my past and
Okay, you can make that same religion check.
that's just great. That's a 5.
You know that Mask is the god of thieves.
Alright. Cool.
Can I make that religion?
Skunkus, you said a horn was used to transport the magic?
Yes.
A horn. Like a horn? Like an animal horn?
Yes, it's... Actually, I believe the horn is... the horn is a magic item.
Now, I've seen medallions. And this might be a whisper. But the medallions, I know for a fact, hold magic. Stolen magic.
To what ends?
We killed a man named the Pastamancer, and he was working with the Alchemist Guild or the Five. Maybe they're both in cahoots. But the medallion we have in our possession, not in my possession, but my friend's possession. And when he put it on, he got super, super buffed.
Ah, yes. Yes.
But then he goes afraid of boobs.
Sounds like a horrible curse.
I know.
That's not what it is.
Hilarious, but horrible.
I agree. You couldn't look at me.
We all can't.
So would that be kind of like the horn? Like a way to transport the stolen magic?
No, the horn would be how you get the magic into the medallion, or how you get the magic back into whomever it was stolen from.
And do you know what this horn looks like?
Yes, looks like a horn. It's gold.
Gold.
About this long.
Thinking back, because I saw Strixu and the room, did I see a gold horn and not know what it was?
Make a perception check.
That is a 22.
From the sudden flash of memory, your eyes shoot open and your jaw drops. And it was something that fits this very description, was on the person of Roderick Tam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up. We need to go soon.
Thinking back to, was that the horn that was asked of us to retrieve? Okay.
You weren't there for that conversation.
Oh, I wasn't?
No, it was just me.
Oh, okay. Well then, I believe we must leave.
We Skakis. There's one more thing I want to whisper to you. And because we did this deal for you, we found the Well of Stolen Magic and gained information for you. You still give us immunity to tell our whispers, is that correct?
Absolutely. While I may whisper your whispers, I will never reveal from whence I heard them.
Thank you.
Oh.
Your protections and my discretion
It's still...
is a guarantee.
Okay, do I get the feeling she's saying she will tell our whispers, but not of the origin?
Make an insight check. 3.
20. Unnatural 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty,
Yeah.
dirty 20.
Yes, that she'll that she will tell the whispers, but she will do it in a way that protects your identity. Is there something that you would like to ask of her? You certainly may.
I'm trying to figure out if that will backfire. Kind of like one of those things where you vaguely mention something that involves someone, but you don't really mention them, and it can be easily found out.
Ember definitely didn't sleep with Willie.
What?
While you're thinking about that, do you mind if I ask? Or you?
Oh god, go ahead and ask.
Skakis. With the
Saliana.
with the new information that you have about my son, Roderick Tam's grandson, being held captive, I believe you should know why they're keeping him. For some reason, someone wants my blood. Because I was born on a, was it a blood moon?
Blood moon.
Blood moon. And I don't know why.
Interesting.
So, I believe they're holding my son as a captive for me to reveal myself.
Interesting.
Do you know what a blood moon person's blood does? Perhaps? Have you heard whispers?
There are many rites and rituals that I've heard passed down from generation to generation, and many things that I've heard of through religion and rite that are pertaining to blood moon and black magic and ceremonial treatises, but I don't know of what this particular self-proclaimed king and your blood have in common, and what this blood moon would have, or what importance this blood moon would be to him or you. We could spend all night sipping wine and reciting the litanies of these said rites and rituals, but I don't think it would get us any closer to the truth. It does sound like an interesting diversion, though, and I do like things that are interesting.
As do I. We must get back to our friend. Ember, do you have anything else to say before we must leave?
Nope, not at all.
Skakis, it was a pleasure sharing whispers with you.
It was a pleasure sharing whispers with you. Speaking of whispers, I had a visit from a very interesting fawn.
Oh, is his name Whisper?
Indeed it was.
Oh, he's delightful.
Here, he told me, and she goes through. She produces 3 more bottles of wine.
Damn it. I'm gonna take them and just open up my portable hole and whack it open and be like, I'm sorry, Tutu. And I'm gonna take it back up and fold it and then
I'm
jump
curious,
back in.
how many bottles has he procured so far?
That would be 53.
53. I'm gonna write that down.
That would be 53 out of
100.
100?
Yeah.
Solid. I mean, I never saw
I'm
these
gonna-
3, so they never existed to me.
I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, excuse me, wait, 63. 63.
Oh,
Because
60.
the first 10 that he left with Armaeus, too.
Ah,
Yes.
damn.
Sorry, 63.
I'm gonna laugh and say, he is a wonderful fawn, isn't he?
He is. And he is just a font of information, too. He knows almost as many whispers as I do.
Oh. Well, maybe I will have a conversation with Whisper and maybe share some whispers with Whisper.
Do you really want to be with a guy like that has tons of secrets?
Honestly, no.
Now, Skakis, tell me this, because he is very, very adamant on being with my friend Tutu. He's madly in love.
He told me so.
Do you see him as a very trustworthy fawn?
Can you trust anything?
I can trust myself.
You're hardly Fae.
That's true. Now, this might also be another whisper before we go.
Although, you do remind me of a queen that I met once.
Sorry, that's
A
fly.
queen.
I'll see if that like
Yes.
something.
What was her name?
Come now. You ask too much of me. Information is power.
Was she a druid?
Does she glow blue?
Was she half naked all the time?
I'm sure your friends and Whisper will be very happy together.
Do I get a sense that she's being kind of facetious?
Make an insight check.
That's not one. Insight. Oh, it's a 9.
1 plus 8?
Yeah.
You got a plus 8 on insight? Fuck yeah. Having spent so much time around Ivan, you kind of know the way the scales on the side of his neck kind of ruffle when he gets aroused. And when she starts talking about Whisper, she kind of does her scales on the side of her neck ruffle the same way.
Yo, he got some good.
Now, when I smell the room, does it smell like fresh or does it smell like
Whisper.
like
Like
a
dragon
little,
sweat.
like a little sweaty, a little musty?
Make an insight check.
A little drink.
Insight?
Give me perception check.
Perception. That's a 17.
17. The smell of leather and wine are very prevalent.
Alright, I'm gonna stand up, but I'm going to look at the couch that I'm sitting on very closely before I leave.
Looking at the couch?
Mm-hmm.
See
Okay.
if there was any naughty activities.
Yes, naughty activities.
The fake interview couch.
22. Cool.
You're looking at the couch, the floors around it and the table. It looks immaculate. Everything looks as though it's just been cleaned. The wood is polished.
Too clean.
Trying to catch a man in adultery.
Actually, I'm gonna stand up real quick and go, oh, I think I lost something in these sofas. Can you help me look in the couch cushions?
I'm gonna look in the couch cushion with my ass up and alright, and then we're gonna leave.
Classy.
You find a soiled amateur phylactic because prophylactics haven't been invented yet.
Wait, is that real?
No.
No, okay, I was like, oh.
No, that was just for the joke.
Alright, I guess Ember and I will make our way back to Vestamon's
Okay.
home with our newfound information.
Okay, making your way back through the streets again. The streets. What activity there is? Again, this time of night begins. Is the beginning of the evening's revelries. It's like the numbers of drunks on the streets. It's almost like, well, not like being at Bonnaroo, but it's pretty close. So, and you're able to make your way back to Vestamon's house.
Before I walk into the front door, I want to see if there's anyone, like, eyeballing the house at all.
Make a perception check.
20, not natural.
Okay. Yes, there is. There's somebody very distinctly looking perched up, actually across the street on top of the building.
Is it the grandma?
No,
Can I see who it is?
it's Ravana.
Don't like that bitch.
Mistios is lackey.
I'm gonna
The one
elbow you
that, the
before
one
we
that
go
technically I've never met at this point.
in. Be like, you know that Ravana girl?
No.
It's Ravina.
Ravina?
Ravina.
Does she seem like she's like just watching, or is she like doing anything that I can see?
She's sitting on top. She's sitting there with her legs hanging off the top of the building. Where she's sitting, the roof is kind of flat. She's kind of keeps glancing up at at Vestamon's front door, looking to the windows, while she's eating an apple, slicing bits off with a knife.
Wait, is this the girl that was hitting on our friend?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember her now, yeah.
I'm gonna before I walk in, I'm going to stare at her and make sure that she sees that I see her.
Cast a fireball.
And once we make eye contact, I'm gonna just
She takes another.
You gotta do
She takes her.
oh yeah.
She takes it, and she takes her dagger and slices off another slice of her apple, and never breaks eye contact with you. And begins eating it off the blade, and leans back up against the sloped part of the roof. And he's just watching.
I'm gonna go inside.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
So as you place your hand on the sigil in the door, and opens to you, make your way. You find your way in. What are you doing here? You're going through the streets?
I'm trying to find dragonberry ice cream.
There is amongst the taverns. There is one. You do run across one. It says Aaron's Sweets and Confectionaries.
Ooh, I'm I'm gonna go walking.
baked goods and candies.
Oh my boy, please help me.
So, as you, the door opens, the smell of, it's like walking into a Krispy Kreme when right after the hot and ready sign is on. Just
Nice.
the smell of flour and baked goods and melted sugars hits you in the face, and a warm sensation. The heady aromas of muffins and bear claws.
I'm gonna look around and see if I see a shopkeep.
Again, two young gnomish men working away, just covered in flour. He's back behind. They're like, can we help you?
Yeah, I need 2, I guess, bowls of. Do you guys have dragonberry ice cream?
Oh, tall order.
Yeah.
Tall order.
I assume.
Anything else we can get you?
How about butter tarts?
Butter tarts? How many?
How much for all of them?
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Just, fine. 4 silver.
Sure. And then I ask them.
And they begin rushing around furiously, and they go to the display racks and start pulling stuff up, and they start stacking these little tarts. They're about that big, and stacking them up inside these little canvases and tying them up with neat little bows on them. And they set up one bag.
And I hand them.
And set up a second bag, working furiously, and flowers flying off of them as they work.
Why did you say
picks up
that?
a third bag. Yes, sir.
I said all.
Yeah.
Why is dragonberry ice cream a tall order?
The bag, and it's. Do you know what it takes to harvest dragonberries?
No.
And then,
Do you know any place that would have it?
we've got it. We can whip it up for you.
Yeah.
And the 7th bag.
I'll give you 6 platinum. 10? 16?
Or dragonberry ice cream?
What do you want?
20 platinum.
I'm gonna open up my. I'm gonna be like, okay, can I give you 16 and I'll be right back? Just get the 2 bowls ready.
Just start the process.
Yes.
16 platinum deposit.
Yes.
You'll be back with the 4 to collect the rest.
Correct. Well, actually, if 10 platinum, sorry, if 1 platinum is 10 gold, I should have the other 40 gold on me, or I can go run over to Ivan if I can get the 40 gold.
And they finish setting up. You now have a dozen packages of butter tarts.
Awesome. I'm going to. Cool. I will be right back for everything. I'm still gonna leave the 16
And
platinum.
one of them scoops it up, and the other one grows and reaches back behind the cabinet. And there's a heavy oaken cabinet, and he goes and takes a big thing of keys off of his belt, and undoes a padlock, and he opens that up, and inside that is another box.
Actually, I take that back. I don't need to go anywhere.
And
I still have a mysterious bag of coins that I got from
very cool
a group of people.
So he pulls the box out and undoes the lock on that, and inside that pulls out another box and goes to another key on the chain and opens that one and pulls out another bag.
Dear God.
And it's like, okay, I know this is where the tricky part is. And they go and begin weaving the thread back out of the bag, and he sticks his finger down inside the bag, and you hear this little. It's like, you know that sound. He disarmed a trap inside the bag, and he spreads the bag open, and there's this warm golden glow that comes out of the bag, and he pulls these 2 things that look like golden plums out. And he sets them very delicately on the counter. There's the shimmer off of them is reminiscent of the shimmer off of the Dream Dragon's scales.
What exactly are dragonberries? What part of the dragon do they come from?
They don't come from dragons. It's the heart of the dragon fruit.
Oh.
From the dragon tree. There are only 3 left in the world.
Oh.
And of those 3, only one is bearing fruit in season right now. And the dragon tree is almost 1,000 miles away.
Oh, I see why it's so expensive.
And you just bought the last 2 dragon berries in this part of the world. And he takes the knife and very gently slices down through it.
Okay.
And very carefully he begins adding a little bit of sugar to it and some other, like another liquid, and begins turning it into a paste. And he has to work it for almost a half an hour, and then they pull out the stuff that looks like brown mold, but when they pull it out, you can feel the cold radiating off of it. And they put this into it. They put that inside of a churn, and they go to another area and just bring forth some fresh cream, and they sit there and work the churn for a good half an hour, until they pull out, and they so you'll want to get this near something cold or consume it within the next hour.
And how far away was it from where I'm at to the...
As you're wandering through the streets, as you were zigzagging through the streets, it's only going to take 10 minutes to get back.
Perfect. I am going to...
Maybe you have a box.
Yeah, do you have a box? Do you have like a to-go container?
For somebody who just spent this much, for the man who just purchased the last 2 dragon berries that are probably going to exist for the next 5 years, we'll make you a box. And then they find a small crate and they package everything up for you. Arrayed around inside the box are the bags and bags of butter tarts with little bows all over the top of them, and they lovingly set your ice cream down in the center. And then they bring out and set 2 cherries on the side, and produce 2 silver spoons, the compliments of the house, and stick it on each side.
Thank you guys very much. If I ever need any more of your delicious sweets, I promise I will be
Thank you. With your generous purchase, we'll be closed for the next 6 months.
I respect it, and I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to start making my way back to the guild.
And as you make your way out the door, and you hear the door ting closed from the other side of the door, you hear squeals of delight and laughter, and you look back towards the window, and a few muffins and bear claws go and hit the window and slide down as you hear them celebrating inside.
Alrighty. I'm on my way back to the guild.
Okay.
And
again, making your way back in that same room, you do find...
Got a meeting for 2. I got a meeting at 2. I'll be right back.
They're in the back room, arguing now over dice rolls. You do see Sorensen and Ableton.
I'm going to see them. I'm going to plop the crate down. I'm going to open it up and be like, there's a dozen sweet tarts and 2 bowls of dragonberry ice cream. Do we have a deal now?
See, you're looking to see. Can you believe he did it? I don't believe it. Yeah. Take it, and they both take a spoon and they run it around the edge, and and they begin feasting on it. They're tearing into the ice cream, and as they get to the bottom of it, one of them starts admiring the spoon. Some damn fine craftsmanship on it. There's some damn fine craftsmanship on this silver. And he takes it and wipes the spoon off and goes, would you care to try?
I would love to. I want to take it.
And you stick it in your mouth. Stick it in your mouth. It's like a wave comes over you. It's just like...
It's like a mean magical ice cream.
Remember the first orgasm you ever had?
Oh.
It's like that, but
Still
starts in your face.
Still going through it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like that, and it swashes over your body.
That's where I had my first orgasm.
It's in your mouth.
God, I love that nut button.
It's a good button.
Nut.
Nut.
We seriously need one for like
Life.
50 bits. Just no matter what's happening in the game,
Nut.
Zach will hit that button.
I agree.
Uh,
But as delicious as this is, do I have your word you will be there tomorrow morning?
as they begin like taking the little paper, they've unwrapped the first, and it's like there's still a little bit of the dragonberry ice cream. They begin unwrapping the butter tarts. You know, they've taken the bow off. One of them took the bow and tied it around his neck, so he's looking quite jaunty now.
Hey, how does this look? Am I pretty?
Yes, you're adorable.
They begin peeling the edges off the butter tarts, and they're nicely browned, and they've got this rich, creamy, buttery tart again. Yeah.
Oh. What's happening to your eyes?
I don't know. You tell me. And then I'm gonna do this.
Why are they getting so small?
They're getting smaller. And I legitimately, I'm just like joyed. I'm like, they're getting smaller.
Make a perception check.
Oh, you better not just be fucking with me. Perception 15.
As you look down from where your nose had grown longer, it's like, no, it's actually seems like everything. It's like kind of going back into place.
Yay! Oh, thank God.
You're the sneaky sneaks.
Huh?
I wrote
You're
this
the
down.
sneaky sneaks.
Well, I'm gonna look down. Do I still have my clip-clop hooves?
As you taking a look down at the floor, it's actually before you can even like look all the way down. It's like you can feel the stone underneath your feet now. All of a sudden, it feels very cold. You look down and you're not wearing shoes.
Oh.
You're barefoot in the Thieves Guild.
Now it's time for me to celebrate. And I just go, oh, thank God! And I grab a bowl and I just grab that ice cream. I'm like, do you mind if I have another taste?
It's like we're working on the butter tarts now, and please go ahead.
All right.
And as you consume the rest of it, actually, dragonberries have an amazing property. They are actually quite magical.
Interesting.
I didn't eat all of them. I just had some.
It doesn't take much,
It doesn't.
but you do
Start trying to
revert. It does revert. It does revert. Reverse the properties of eating fey food.
Ooh.
And for the next 24 hours, you gain advantage on all rolls that involve Constitution.
Hey.
So all of your Constitution saving throws.
Nice. Lord save us.
Nice.
Alright. And then, just lighted with joy, I'm going to look at him and be like, I'll see you guys at Mott Shipping first dawn.
Yeah. He's got himself a deal. Yeah, he does.
Goddamn right I do. Bought the last 2 berries this side of the Mississippi in the next 500 years. Bet your ass I got it. And start making my way back.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm going to reach in my bag and put on my shoes.
Oh, you have shoes?
Yeah. When I started noticing I had hooves, I just took them off.
I've been throwing them in your bag. Cool. You can throw your shoes back on.
I'm gonna lace them up, do the double bunny ears.
No.
Running through the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna start.
Looking quite dapper and feeling good and back in new pants.
Yeah,
With
non-shitted pants,
new
shoes again.
Shoes.
It's like a whole new man.
20 platinum lighter, but money well spent.
There we
As
go.
you're-
Peanut
as-
butter cookies with a one chocolate chip. Now the shit in my pants. You literally just made that.
I know.
as you make your way back to Vestamons.
Yes, and
Makes me smart.
I'm also gonna I'm also gonna take a look around to see if I notice anybody. Take a look at the place.
Cool. Make a perception check.
Ooh, 18.
18.
No, we're at the house.
We're at the house. Okay.
Yeah, the girl sitting on top of the on the house is not really trying to hide.
I'm just gonna look up at her and be like, Ravina!
Looks down. Who are you talking to?
You. The person that just answered me.
I'm answering you because you're looking at me, but who's Ravina?
Never mind.
Maybe you should talk to her.
What's your actual name? We've met before. It's been a different timeline. Think about that.
Oh. Ooh.
Is she still wearing like a bright yellow shirt or like a bright yellow dress, like blue pants or something like that?
Mm.
No, what is she wearing?
No, she's very subdued tones now.
Good for her. Good for her.
One second. I think I'd like to talk to you more. And she leans back against the back of the house, takes her hands and pushes and down the side, and just before she gets to the ground and kind of lands in a crouch. She jumps
So
off
yeah,
the second
that's
story roof.
that's Missios' version of popping that.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, obviously mine's not as big. I'm not a dragonborn, so there you go. That's all I got.
Barb like a cat.
and she strides across the street, and she's kind of like eyeballing you, like staring in your eyes as she walks around behind you.
And as soon as she like gets like across me, I'd automatically turn around.
And
I'm
she's
just
still
gonna keep looking at her.
and she's still their hands just limp. She reaches up and plays with her hair one time, and she keeps just until she makes a full circle around your position as you turn. Whoa, trying to keep an eye on her. And
I've met you before. Have you met me?
no, Mina, I've been watching you.
Why?
Why should I tell you? I'm just watching you.
And that is creepy. Why are you outside of Vestamont's house? I don't care if you watch me, I care if you watch my friends. Why are you watching us?
Just keeping an eye on things.
Did Pim Whistle send you?
Hmm?
Did Pim Whistle send you to make sure I fulfill my end of the bargain?
She takes a dagger and
Gets me?
puts it into your side.
Wow, what a bitch!
Killer.
Can I hear any of this going on outside?
Oh, then I'm immediately going just for soul here. I'm just gonna go, wah! I'm trying to hit the shit out of her.
Okay. You pull up her character sheet.
She's scary. I may be getting stuck being thick in the warm.
But anyway, you take 7 points of damage.
Okay. That's okay. I can take 7. Yeah, I'm gonna try to attack her.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of my luck dice, because that was a nat 1. I'm not doing that. Gator don't play no shit.
Good start to the battle tonight.
Alright?
Oh.
That's not better either. Okay, I will burn 2. I don't care.
Okay.
He's gonna use all of them.
Well, I mean, as long as I have a long rest, they come back. So if we do a long rest tonight, that's enough. That's as best I'm gonna get. 16.
16 hits.
Oh, thank God, because I got a 1 and a 4 before.
Okay.
So 16 hits. Good God, fucking hoe. Trying to do a bunch of shit.
Fucking hoe.
Wait, so is this the?
To be fair, she stabbed him.
So is this?
You gone, thought?
I'm wondering if I can use. No, I can't. Never mind.
Can't have a family.
Still alive.
And it's also immortal.
Is it dead now?
Probably not.
So that is. Oh, 1d8. Sorry, I apologize. 1d8. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this sword. So
You
it's
go.
2 slashing, but I do a 2d6, 5, 6, 7, 7 necrotic. So 2 slashing, 7 necrotic. 1d8 minus 1.
Halved to 1 and 4 because she uses her uncanny dodge.
Good for her.
Smart. It's bad.
Okay.
Can you take her out by yourself?
I don't know, maybe.
We'll see.
And she uses her action
Big yes.
for a 19 to grapple you and pull you close and plant a kiss on you.
Ooh. Ooh. This is
I'd
some-
like to yell up from the window, "Hey, what you doing?"
Excuse you!
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
We're not gonna call it a night there.
No.
No, we've still got a lot more D&D to
Great
play.
time.
We got a lot more D&D to
A lot
play.
more D&D.
I just pictured fucking Xenophon like letting her hair down and just turning out the window and being like, "That's my man! That's my man! What you doing?"
So, yeah, okay, so this is what we've been doing. If you've been here before, you know we take a little 10-minute break so everybody can go to the bathroom, freshen up your beverage, pour yourself another cocktail, masturbate furiously, whatever you do for 10 minutes. But tonight, we are going to be giving away this absolutely incredible set, a limited edition Gen Con dice. They were only available at Gen Con, and thanks to Justin Armand, the Norse DM on Twitter, we ended up with a set of these. They are a stunning limited edition set of dice, and to enter to win, you
Butt munch. No, whatever.
Throughout the duration of the break, we're going to take about 10 minutes for us to do what we do, but in order to enter for your chance to win the Gen Con dice, you have to type !kisses in the chat in order to be entered to win the dice. Do not, anti-spam is enabled, so do not type in more than once. If you enter more than once, you will automatically be disqualified. Once again, !kisses for your chance to win.
Little kisses.
Little kisses. Kisses.
So we're gonna take a little quick 10-minute break. We'll be turning the mics off, but the cameras will still be on. So we'll be back. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Give me a little kiss.
Make it kisses.
Plant one of my butt cheeks.
Dress up like Mr. Krabs.
hitters. Yeah, he's on.
Why would you slap my hand right as I'm about to switch over to the next
I
scene?
asked you piston.
Because your charger's fucked up. All I did was touch it. I poked the charger.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Get poked. Hey, speaking of poking,
Well,
Mistios
maybe
has the swords as wrist.
answer my question.
Wow! I got a tongue in my mouth and a dagger in my side. What's up?
Keep stabbing you.
I didn't know you were in
Love her. Mistios didn't either.
Hey, we're back.
My work is a handle.
Yeah, we're here.
Daggers and things.
Oh, really?
All right, folks. This is last chance to enter for your chance to win the Gen Con dice. The giveaway we're about to announce it in like 2 seconds. But all you have to do is enter exclamation mark kisses. Do not enter it more than once.
It's really loud because I'm still on.
My bad. I keep forgetting.
You just have to be louder than the music.
I just have to yell louder than the music.
Exclamation
That's all I
point
have to do.
kisses if you haven't
Okay,
done it already.
Scuff stream, by the way. Okay, yeah, once again, all you have to do is enter exclamation mark kisses into the chat for your chance to win Gen Con dice. This is your last chance to enter. Do not enter it more than once.
So what I'm not very Twitch savvy. What's a scuff stream?
Scuff stream like it's low
He's a
production quality.
professional.
Very
Oh,
unprofessional.
No, very, very professional.
Zombie says, "Do not yell at him, small woman. Don't yell at Zombie."
I do what I want.
Fuck you, zombie,
If
you
you-
little bitch.
First off,
No.
first off,
Zombie is a very nice guy.
I don't care.
he
I
pays
haven't
my.
met him.
Fuck you.
He's the one who got me to TwitchCon.
Good for you.
He's a handsome man, and I love him dearly.
I don't give
He's
a
a wonderful
shit.
human being.
Damn.
You, on the other hand, I'm gonna take you to bed. And you're never gonna meet my parents.
Zombie, unless I've met your parents.
I know.
I bought your dad a
Josh, you
software.
take that back, or I'm not gonna let you touch Sammy again.
Oh, I bullshit. I do not believe that.
No.
Okay.
Sammy will come on his way.
Well,
Sammy, no, you're good.
Sammy will come over here.
Kill
I thought you said
Mistios.
Sammy will come on your foot.
No. No.
I was
Is there a
like,
special
you
sauce
guys
you
have
can
taken the relationship to the next level. I see. I like it.
Smells like mayo.
You went on one walk together.
All right, shall we continue?
And it
please?
was beautiful.
Yes.
And the winner is
Me.
Drum roll.
my cat.
The winner is Shackpile.
Oh,
Yay!
shit!
Ass man.
Didn't you
Yeah.
already win?
I don't
Doesn't
know,
matter.
so.
He can win more than once.
Yeah, he's allowed to win.
Ass man.
Lucky
Ass
bastard.
man.
Shagpile has won
Hog.
the Gen Con limited edition dice set.
Nice.
Thank you, Shag,
Congrats, Shag.
for
Thank
all
you for
of your
being here.
continued support. It means the world.
I love you, Shaq.
I love free shit.
Thank you, son.
Wow.
Back on up.
Wow.
Feels.
Okay, so
I love all these people.
do we already have
Zombie
Shag's
hasn't given me a
information?
kiss yet.
Yeah,
We do. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I know where he lives.
Oh, you do?
Ooh.
We know where you live.
Oh my god.
I've seen where you
is-
sleep.
is he
I've
local?
shit on your couch.
No,
Okay,
he's won before.
okay.
No.
But is he local?
No,
Okay,
No,
so you gotta
no.
mail it out.
no.
Can you tell us his
Wait,
address
no, we know you don't
specifically
mail it out.
on
You know he's
hand?
not local. What is he?
No.
I don't know.
But no, we strap it to the back of a magic turtle that flies through the ether.
God, I wish.
There's a story of a magic
He's so
turtle
cool.
at Breasttown Ball.
A
We have to know
magic
it by
turtle.
heart.
I would love to hear that story. Actually, I'm super
Wait,
intrigued.
right now?
No, not right now.
Oh, I was
later,
like,
later.
I'm not ready.
But perhaps you can tell it to us in character.
Bless
sometime.
you.
Maybe Tutu can. Maybe Tutu knows this story. That would actually be super cool.
Okay.
Okay, so back to our story. We are in the streets in front of Vestamon's abode. Is Pistios engaged in the street, a dagger wound in his side, and a strange woman's lips pressed to his, and one very angry dwarf Xenophon hanging out the window going, "Bitch, what?" She has used her action, her bonus action.
What are you doing? Ow! No, it's the knife in the side. That's the part that hurts.
And she didn't even use protection.
I know. I could have diseases.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm a dark elf. I'm a little sick. But seriously, why? What the shit? What happened? What are you doing?
Yes. I was sent to keep an eye on you by the head of the Thieves Guild. And was told to warn you if you were getting off track.
I wouldn't consider this.
Consider this your warning. And she kisses you one more time and leaves.
This is the worst Tinder date ever.
You better take yourself to a different healer. I'm not helping you now.
I didn't do it!
I watched you kiss her.
No, she kissed me!
I didn't see you stop it.
Just slam my hand on the door.
Oh, you guys are together now?
No, we're not together! I don't know what the problem is!
She's your best friend and you didn't tell her about this bitch.
I didn't even know about this.
How long has that been going on? Are you going to keep it a secret from your comrades?
Listen, remember...
Is she a part of our group?
No, remember the girl that we met, that I brought into here on a different timeline?
The lovely one, yes.
Yes, that's her!
She's a conniving cunt.
Yeah, she kinda is, apparently. Ow.
Xenophon.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna try to like do some bandaging on myself. Just be like, does anybody got any gauze? I'm just trying to like really patch up a wound.
Okay, cool. Do a quick medicine check.
Medication 17.
17. Yeah, you can definitely stop the bleeding and you get it.
That was for me.
It's still smart.
Yeah.
Good.
It's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
What?
She's a good kisser.
Yes. I don't know if I'm in love or not.
So,
Better not be.
Wednesday, so
Wednesday.
jealous.
Don't be a
Feeling
ravine.
less scared.
Don't be a
ravine.
He's like, what'd I do?
I know.
It's okay.
I literally just like, come here. Come here, Bubba.
But yes, I'm gonna put my hand on the door. I'm gonna walk inside and just be like, I don't know what the shit just happened, but I gotta kill somebody soon.
Messias, you're one of my best friends, and come here. Xenophon's pissed.
I didn't
But
know that was gonna happen.
he's not a goat.
Oh, I just assumed he looked the same. Oh, you're no longer Oddboss.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Do you have any remnants of what you were? Do you have any?
Yes, I know exactly what I was. I clip-clopped everywhere and I had a nose a mile long.
I know, and you look so handsome, Oddboss.
It's Mystios now.
Now it is, I know. but-
Yes. By the way, if we ever get a chance to, and we can find some place that has dragonberry ice cream, now top of the list.
What?
Dragonberry.
We're in a state of emergency and you're out eating ice cream.
I got 2 assassins to help us out tomorrow during the fight.
Okay, that's great. Now, we found out some information when we were talking to Skakis. Also, Ivan, I have this whip.
Oh shit.
And Armaeus, I brought you some new chainmail armor.
Yay!
I'm gonna grab that motherfucking whip and give it a whoop-ah and do my dance for the
Oh
first
man,
time.
he
look
on
at me.
somebody.
I'm gonna jingle my dragon scale armor and be like, look, I'm a shining
And
person.
I need
It's
passwords on
surprisingly silent. It doesn't make a lot of noise. The scales slide over each other in such a way that it doesn't make the same kind of noise and impose the same sort of disadvantage that plate mail would.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's very good.
it's very nice. And it's really fucking cool looking. It's really it's quite stunning.
But Ember and I were talking to Skakis, and I asked her about the Well of Stolen Magic. I told her about that, and she said she'll keep our whispers. She'll maybe whisper our whispers, but she won't tell anyone where they came from. So that's good.
She hasn't been telling us where her whispers come from, so.
That's true. But she gave us a lot of information. Strixu is a regent of the Underdark. And the vampiric symbol that you have, it's a demi-plane thought to be dispelled 500 years ago.
Well, apparently it was not.
Roderick Tim has 4 other children. That's neat.
He's been busy.
I have brothers and sisters.
So do we go on a crusade after this?
But the most interesting thing is that the Well of Stone Magic was made or brought together by a horn, like a golden horn.
Yeah, I need that.
The horn possesses the power to pour the stolen magic into items, hence the medallion that Armaeus has.
Hey.
The horn was used to put
Oh,
the
wait.
stolen magic in that.
Damn it. I should have said what?
Yeah, so I need to get that horn off of Roderick Town.
I don't think anyone should possess that power.
Oh, I agree.
I'm all for destroying it. Without, well, no, I know exactly who should have it. Her people.
Agreed.
The
Now
dwarves
the
of
only drawback is I'm going to pull back some bandaging and show a knife and be like, so I'm supposed to give that horn to Pinwhistle.
And then kill Pinwhistle.
Oh, that's easier said than done.
Alright, well, then we have other matters to attend to. So, what are we doing?
I mean, I'm down to get a good night's rest, and then we
Yeah, I
do a
bet you
battle
are.
plan. Listen, just because I'm gonna crank them up doesn't
We have.
I have the Paladins and I have Charter going to the South Gates, which I actually told the Paladins to meet us there. They should be there now.
It will actually be the East Gate.
The East Gate, okay.
Yeah,
I told-
we got our
I told-
orientations.
I told
That's my fault.
I told my assassins to meet us at Mock Shipping.
Okay,
That's where I was
someone
told.
message the Paladins and tell them to wait
Perhaps,
until the morning.
Perhaps it would be.
That's when they were supposed to meet you, was in the morning.
Oh, I thought they were going in like an hour.
Oh, that's right. You
I
did
thought it
tell
was
them an
supposed to
hour.
be in the morning. That's right.
Well, I think someone should leave early and meet them at least a mile or two out, so they're not at the gate alerting the rest of the city and the guards. And
Wait, we're just
everything.
gonna sleep. We're just gonna sleep overnight, knowing that Pip is currently being drained of all his life.
Maybe we should just go out and meet them and then we all just sleep
Well,
outside.
here's the problem though, is it? I mean, I think I'm the only one missing any hit points, right? That's part. Yeah.
Okay, what if we gather everything and go towards Pip with our new
Yeah.
groups?
What time is it roughly? Or how much time until daybreak?
It's just early in the night. I mean, it's just now midnight.
So you can probably take an hour or two and rest and bandage yourself, and then
I want
We
to get my
can-
luck. I want to get my luck tokens back. I need a long rest for that.
that's only long.
Well, you can always rest
I'll
on
carry
the
it on my
wagon while we
shoulder.
move.
Take a nap.
Damn it.
Let's go.
Fix it.
I got it.
Or how about we set up our point and Vestamon puts up that dome thing so we're protected during the night.
That's not a bad idea.
And we'll be ready. We can have someone watch.
So are we?
So then, do you want me to go tell the people I just hired to meet us early? Can we go and grab them now?
Yeah, slumber party, why not?
You know, if anything, it might not be a bad idea to have some muscle around the shop,
Just keep them posted at Mott's Shipping.
in case people attached to the Five try to take out what belongs to us.
So, okay. So they're just gonna chill out there.
It seems like a waste of hired muscle.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you want to have them there,
I want to.
You
I
can-
hired them for them to
Well,
fight
yeah,
with
this
us.
is like a big clusterfuck.
You can move very quickly, so
This-
in the morning you go get them. Vestamon, would you please? By the way, did you find anything about the well?
Yeah, I got it all ready. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna expedite all this shit. Me and Xenophon did whatever we had to do up there. It's all been taken care of. Let's go. Let's go out here.
it's the horn that we need.
You meet the
We
guys
don't
at the
necessarily
shop and bring them
spell
out
it. We just need to
with
get the
you.
horn, then we can transport the stolen
come,
magic.
Come in one of our wagons so they think you're doing supplies, in the morning to come out and meet us outside, a mile or two outside the city. We'll go out and make our hut outside.
Okay, and
And
I
meet
will
all the
go
rest
get
of
them
these-
now then. So
You know,
And while he's going to get them, I'm gonna rummage through the kitchen and find all the bags of flour I can find.
Okay. Bags of flour.
Yeah.
Neat.
yeah,
How many do I
I'm gonna go
find?
grab Swarson and Ableton and try to see if I can't bring them where we're supposed to be all meeting now.
Okay. You do find them there. You do find them.
They're fat on cakes.
They're actually in the same room that you found them. Yeah, there's almost so all of the ice cream, of course, is gone because you finished the last of that. It's sitting there now. The what's left of the cream in the bottom of the bowl, along with the 2 cherries, kind of just the cherries were untouched. But of the dozen bags of butter tarts, half of them are gone, and they're just they're kind of passed out.
Just kick them both awake. I'm like, actually, gotta get going now, guys.
Is it 6 o'clock already?
No, apparently we had a change of plans. We have to go a little bit sooner.
Okay, I'll. Ableton. No. 6 o'clock already? No, there's been a change of plans. All right, let's go. Both stand up, and as they stand now for the first time since you've really seen them, you realize how incredibly short they are. They both only stand about 5'2".
Are they halflings?
Wow, that's kind of insulting.
Can I take a roll to see what they look like? Can I roll to see if they're human?
No, you don't have to roll to see if they're definitely human.
Oh, they should.
But they look like much more imposing figures than they were sitting down and hunched over and, cloaks drawn around them. You were surprised to find that they only come up to the tops of their heads are well below your shoulder.
Nice. All right,
I'm very insulted.
So I'm going to take them,
You
and I
shouldn't be.
guess I'm going to.
There's nothing wrong with being small. Small does not mean.
And then we said
not
a mile,
powerful.
right? A mile or a mile and a half?
1.
We are going to do a mile and a half.
All right, so I'm going to go a mile and a half outside the city, where
Look for Vestamon told me that of a curve when he scoped it out earlier.
okay. So I'm going to have.
you ought to see all the rest of the people milling around when you get there.
All right. Then
Wait,
The people.
what did they see then?
No, all these other fuckers that showed up.
What are you talking about?
All these other people that were meeting us there. We got all kind of people meeting us. We got the knights and the
We haven't
Hunters
told
and-
anybody that. I'm the only one that's told a group of people to meet there. I'm just taking them there.
Yeah, I know. But,
He's setting up there before we
we already told those other people to meet us outside the city. Way back.
I think you're referencing when we were going to meet up for like some big huge battle that we're no longer doing.
So we're not meeting any of these other people, the knights or the Fey people or any of these.
Yeah, the paladins.
All right,
and
we're getting
Chargers.
off track. We're getting off track. And there's some people around the table are getting impatient, but we're going to take this one step at a time. We're going to rewind.
Okay.
Because we're not going to sit here and argue about this kind of stuff at the table. What we are going to do is we're going to go right back to you've gone and gotten Sorensen and Ableton, and where would you like to go with them?
We are going to go towards that curved bend in the road.
Okay, so you're going to go to the curve in the road that you were
About a mile and a half out.
Okay, so again, you guys run by Mott's and pick up a couple of your horses, of which you have plenty now. Mott's shipping has been doing incredibly well. It's been has been growing in renown. In a very short time, has become the go-to name in shipping, especially in this time of coming war, when many shipping companies have become overly cautious about sending their people out into areas where they might get raided. The roads might not be as safe. Mott's has been bold where others have failed to do so. So, so you go and grab your horses and take and leave by the eastern gate, and start making your way outside the city toward that road, traveling in the night. What is everybody else doing in the meantime?
I suppose I'm prepping equipment and getting ready for us to move out.
Okay, so again, testing your new whip and making sure you look to see if anything needs to be oiled or if anything. It's like you check every bend in it, and the flails at the tip, and everything is brand new, having been perfectly. This is a smith. You'd seen the quality of his work, but the attention to detail is phenomenal, especially in the short amount of time given to actually accomplish the task that was set forth with your whip. Your whip gleaming like new.
As kind of we're all scrambling about getting ready, do I see any packages from Lizard that have been shipped to this house? Or has it been way too soon?
It's been too soon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to take some of my arrows that I have and take the original arrowheads off and then try and fasten the dragon scale arrows on?
Absolutely, yes. And those in the amount of time as everybody's prepping their gear for what might be for this upcoming battle, you can totally take and affix those arrows, those new arrowheads fashioned from the dragon scale.
Okay, cool. So I just have 20 of those.
Just 20?
Just 20.
You know that it normally takes 24 hours to create each healing potion. But when you're going through Vestamon's things, you find the components of 5 potions that are already half made. And so in that time, actually, just if you would do a quick just a general intelligence check. Just roll against your intelligence.
Oh.
She's smart, right?
Oh.
God damn it.
5.
5 total?
5 is what I rolled.
Okay, 5 for general intelligence? Okay.
Oh, these look fresh.
Okay, so you think you finish the potion, so you can add 5 potions to the inventory. Okay. Anything else everybody's doing?
Nope.
Okay.
Have I found my flower?
Huh?
Have I found my flower?
What flour? Oh yes. There's 3 50-pound bags of flour. They're like huge bags of flour.
I'm gonna start bringing them along.
You can throw them over the back of a horse.
I can put them in my hole if you need to.
I'll put one in your hole. The others are just coming with
Yeah,
us.
you will. None.
As soon as
Yes.
as soon as me and the
If it's
people
a
get there, because I'm
pound of
assuming we're
flour,
gonna
am I
get there a little bit before them.
You'll definitely get there before them. You're already on the road.
I'm going to have the 2 guys posted. I'm going to tell them who to look out for. And I'm
Okay.
going
So as you do make your way out, what time are we? Okay. As you make your way out to the designated area where the bend in the road is, you do see 15 people in bright armor, detailed in blue and silver.
do they have any crests or symbols that I would have recognized?
They do.
Can I roll to see what they were?
you know right off the bat because you've been traveling with Ivan that their armor and sashes across it are emblazoned with the symbols of Tyr.
Oh. So they're with.
That's our people.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, Caw, Tyr, Caw. I don't know what call you guys have, but I'm on your side.
So as you approach them, they're very confident in their presence here at the side of the road. They do not look threatened in any way as you approach. One in particular who is not helmed, he does not have a helmet on as the rest do, steps to the front. And it's you, Caw, and he says, Hail traveler.
Hello, I'm here on behalf of Ivan.
Oh, you know Ivan?
Aye, I've been traveling with him for quite a while now. He's a good friend of mine. These are my 2 companions. We're here to assist in the upcoming battle.
There will be a battle?
There should be. There better be.
He extends his hand and he pulls you close and like does an arm clasp and claps you on the shoulder. Says, and who is it? And he looks deep into your eyes and goes, and do you know exactly who we'll be facing today?
The 5. Were they
Just-
not supposed to know this?
They know.
Okay.
They're filled.
I know the 5. Do you know specifics of the party they travel with?
I know that I know that right now they are currently with, like is he asking about the actual names of the 5? Or do you mean like his?
Who they are traveling with? Do we know this? Do they travel in numbers? Do they have looking for details about that party? Do we know? Do they have guard? Do they have
more than likely?
Do they have handlers? Do they have coachmen? Do they have lancemen? Do you know anything about this detachment at all?
The only thing that I know about is the 5 directly. They will definitely have some sort of guards with them. More than likely, they will be traveling with coaches. The biggest thing we have to worry about 2 wagons. Okay, so they're going to be traveling with 2 wagons. More than likely, it's going to be some whatever combination of the 2 together. Of the 5 in total, we got a paladin, a fallen paladin. Unfortunately, we have a druid, a warlock, a rogue, and I don't remember what the last one was.
Paladin, rogue, druid, warlock. What were we missing?
What were you, Ivan?
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Oh yeah, barbarian.
And they also carry a barbarian. The biggest thing that we have to be looking out for, and the biggest thing we have to keep safe, is they're traveling with a child. The child is our main target that we are going to try to escape with, or try to get out as fast as possible. Alive. Alive. That is the biggest thing. Alive.
So we're not trying to bring these others to justice. We are only trying to free the child.
Oh, we can bring whatever you can bring whatever you want to justice, but we are definitely keeping that child alive at all costs.
Primary goal, secondary goal.
Primary goal, secondary goal. Primary goal, keep the child alive. Secondary goal, kill whatever.
This makes far more sense than what I had originally heard.
You have a sparkle on your lip.
Of course, we will keep that child safe at any cost.
I appreciate it.
You.
Sparkle on your lip and a twinkle in your
What's
eyes.
your name?
Mistios.
Mistios.
This is Swarson and Ableton.
I am Simgar.
Good evening.
You get some rest. And he slaps you once on the shoulder and he points you over to a small fire that they have off by the wood line. And a couple of the other guys with their helmets off that are sitting around the fire beckon you over and offer you food and drink.
I'm going to bring Swarson and Ableton, have them sit down with us, and
Okay.
we're all going to sit down and just... Oh yeah, I'm going to look at them, but you can't kill any of these guys or steal from them. They're on our side.
Honestly, why would we kill them or steal from them? We had dragonberry ice cream.
Good. It's precaution.
appreciate the heads up, boss. Yeah. Kind of an odd request, but okay.
All right.
We'll roll with it.
Cool. So then we're gonna sit down,
Okay.
eat, drink. I'm gonna pass out.
And take a short rest. Take a rest. Okay, cool. Everybody else getting ready. Yes.
Before I leave the house, I want to collect a lot of scraps of cloth as much as I can and some ropes.
Scraps of cloth and ropes.
Yes.
Okay. There's a ton of old possibly some of Esteban's old clothes in the bottom of one of the closets that looks like maybe from one of his old adventures. Some robes that have got some holes burned into them. One that looks like it's perhaps took a sword cut. So it's there in the bottom of the closet. I mean, if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I'm just as much cloth as I can.
Okay.
Whether it's kitchen rags or discarded clothing.
Okay, there's some
fabric.
discarded clothing, and you can and there's an abundance of cleaning rags in the kitchen area as well that you can scoop all that up.
Okay.
This is very interesting. I have no idea what you're planning, but I can't wait to see it happen.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
She's
Okay.
gonna bake a cake with some old rags. Feed it to them as a present.
And what else were you looking for?
Just rope cords.
Well, you already have 50 feet of rope on you.
Okay.
So you've got 50 feet of rope already. If you would like to, I'm pretty sure that your companions have more rope.
Okay.
If you would like, hold on a second.
I got
Oh yeah, Vestamon's out in the back is well supplied too.
Okay, I'll settle with the rope I have.
Okay, so you've already got 50 feet of rope. You're able to collect your flour and a bunch of scrap cloth. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to do before you hit the road?
Yeah. I'm gonna make this quick though. Xenophon, I need you.
Oh, okay.
And Vestamon, I need you as well. Vestamon, I need you to scry my mother for me. Can you help me out with that real quick? I need to talk to somebody.
Your shield.
Yeah.
Is that reading?
Yeah.
I'll present him my shield.
Okay.
Okay.
And as I look into the shield, as I see my mother, I say, Devil, I know you're there. I want to talk to you.
So, then things clouded over. The center of the shield clouds over, and then parts.
Do I hear any response?
There's inside the shield field of darkness.
I'll ask again. Devil, can you hear me? I have a request of you. If you want me to keep capturing souls, I need you to do something for me.
And you hear in the back of your mind, it's like, you would seek to alter the deal already made.
Keep me and my friends and Pip safe from this encounter we're about to go through, and I'll keep taking souls.
I've kept you safe from the second I laid my eyes on you.
How do I know that you're not lying to me?
Oh, dear boy. How long have we been together? You carry me with you every day.
I need you. You'll give me the power to succeed. And that's all I ask.
My power has ever and always rested on your shoulder.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Vestamon and Xenophon.
You're welcome.
Wait, did I hear this conversation?
No, that would happen totally in his mind.
Okay, never mind.
Last order of business for me. I'm going to bring a shovel.
In case we have to bury Pip, I get it.
Okay, done. Very easily done.
And if there's any, like, a piece of lattice or, like, a piece of...
A piece
like,
of what?
Lattice.
Lattice.
Or like, slatted wood.
Trying to say what?
Like a flat piece that'll fit in the back of the wagon and throw it back there, too.
Okay. It's kind of... It's something that was discarded from the garden, but
Perfect.
I mean, there's a small piece of lattice. You know, it's really fucking dirty.
Cool.
It's really it's the edges of it are broken. It's like kind of sharp, but yeah, there's something that's been discarded that you find in the backyard.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I'm ready to mount up. You ready to meet the others?
Duh.
Yeet.
When did you learn Draconic? Привет, Saliana.
Yeah.
I actually know Draconic now.
Today,
Yeah.
today I learned Draconic is Russian.
Well, yeah,
It took you this long to figure it out, you
I
fucking papushka.
I learned it when I leveled up.
You grandma? Is that you just called him a
So-
grandma?
Yeah, you fucking grandma.
So you guys do. You load up your wagon, the horses, rested, watered, having gotten something to eat. You all grabbing a quick meal too as you make your preparations around Vestamon's house. His magically enhanced kitchen. And his stores and staples and the garden outside providing nourishment for you. As we can go ahead and call this part is a short rest for any of you, as you're just making your preparations to leave. Boots on the hardwood floors, and then loading everything into the cart.
I'd like to, before we actually or on the way, I'd like to contact Charter.
Okay.
And ask him, Charter, are you arriving to Suzail soon?
See. Yes. We're on the North Road, heading to where we're supposed to meet you.
Yes, just remember, East Road, we're gonna be about a mile down from the gates.
We're on our way.
I'll see you soon.
Magical interference.
Okay, done.
And would this be the point when we're just on the wagon going to our next location?
Yes, you're heading to the.
Okay. So while we're on the wagon, I'm gonna take some of the flour and the cloths. I'm gonna start ripping the cloths, and I'm trying to make like a little flour bombs for the rogue, and give them to everyone if they feel like there's.
Oh, you're
rogue
gonna start.
nearby.
So you're gonna start. Okay.
Yeah, the invisible one.
Okay.
So we may not be able to see her, but we can see the footprints on the floor.
Okay, so if you want to take, okay, so you start taking and making and putting together these things where the knots are tied loosely, so that these things will burst open. But yeah, I mean, this is easily within your skill range. So you, having done so much stuff with your arcane knowledge, making these common basically like flour water balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to make. Hold on a second. Let's see, 50 pounds of flour and all this. Over the course of an hour.
I mean, it's just like taking some fabric, putting the flour in,
yeah,
tying
and
it
you
up.
work furiously as the wagon and makes its way out the gates of Suzail, the high walls the foot clops, the hoof clops of the horses echoing off the high walls as you make your way out and past the guards' torch lights and out into the night. You're able to make. Let's roll that. Let's see. 45 of these
Hey.
And
flower
45
bombs.
divided by
9, 8.
so 8 flower bombs per person.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start handing them out.
So neat, nifty. Okay.
Because I know that was a concern.
Alrighty.
If you guys see two invisible,
You're not there.
oh yeah.
Not yet.
If you see two invisible footsteps,
Give me some-
just. I mean, you have a 50-50 shot of hitting me or the other one.
Well, you know,
Well, if we're being attacked by something invisible.
Smarties? Is there more?
I was about to say, if you guys see some invisible footprints behind me, just tell Pip I love him.
you know, I have the see invisibility spell.
True sight.
True sight.
No, see invisibility.
I thought
Right
we
there
talked
is a
about this. We looked
Second
for
level
it.
spell. I could have used it a whole bunch of times.
Well, now we know.
Well, better late than never.
Yeah.
Just casually using see invisibility at like any given moment to see if anybody's following us.
Turns out there's thousands.
Yeah, there's like an entire
Wow,
community of
are
swords.
you-
Hey, I'm Bob.
Oh, you can see me now.
No, you don't get candy.
Must drink the Kool-Aid too.
All right.
Got
Ah, there it is. I knew I had one somewhere. A physical copy.
Well, okay, now they're already outside the gate.
Zach. Did you see the text message I sent you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, making again, you're traveling the road. As you come to the high road, where you're approaching the curve, and the north road meets the east road that travels where all the traffic meets to go back towards Marzember. Again, you see a group of horsemen approaching in the dark. They have no lights on them, but you can hear the heavy breathing of the horses and the clopping of the feet and the occasional glint off of armor and weapon in what little moonlight there is as they're approaching fast.
I'm gonna call out, Charter.
Saliana!
Aye.
And then as they come and pull up around you, they have 14 with them, including Charter, as he leaps down from his horse and rushes towards you.
I'm going to go over and instead of hugging him, I'm going to have my arm out to shake his hand.
And he extends his arm and grasps your hand firmly. Looks you in the eye.
I'm gonna lift my dragon scale eye patch and blink.
He's like, my God, my daughter, I never thought that I would see you again, and your voice comes to me in a dream, and you're here. You're really here.
I'm not really your daughter, though, am I?
As far as, well, if I always loved you like my own,
You had a weird way of showing it.
but I'm here for you now. I'm here for you now, Saliana.
Aye. And that's all that matters. I've forgiven you. I've forgiven you for the things you've done. I can only thank you for trying to keep my son safe.
Yes. And you know what's the most peculiar thing? Is all this time we thought We thought he was going to be some sort of captive, some sort of like held in some sort of sacrificial or some sort of primitive way. When I finally set eyes on him, he's being treated like a prince.
We can talk about this later, but we don't have much time. We don't know when the 5 are going to arrive.
Very good. And about this time, you hear coming from the woods off to the left, just a wild scream, and you see, you hear branches breaking, something crashing through the trees, and what could possibly be another dozen hoofbeats as Charter says, "To arms!" And
I'm gonna say, wait.
And
Is it?
everybody readies themselves.
What's his name again? Oh, Ochdana!
And it goes, "For the glory of family and the hunt!
For the family!
For the bucket!
For the bucket!
Everyone, your
And-
weapons
and
down.
boom,
This is
boom,
family.
boom, and coming out of the darkness, these strange horses with this almost humanoid faces with all the flesh stripped off of them, with their eyes wide, come careening out of the dark, and they and they're kicking up dirt as they circle around you, and they're like, "For family and the hunt
And the bucket!
the bucket."
I'm gonna look at Charter and be like, it's a long story, but they are family. They are friends.
So we're riding alongside like
And
all of these right now, correct?
they haven't fallen in, but they're like circling around you right now. And Altana stands up on the seat of his horse, and he's holding on to the reins, and he's staring at each of you, and all of a sudden his eyes lock with Ivan's as he dives off and
I'm gonna try to hold my
for
feet.
19
19? Okay.
grapples you, and you both go tumbling off of the cart onto the other side into the dirt, and all the hunters begin laughing and cheering.
I was hoping I could make a strength saving throw to like stay standing.
19 to okay, cool. Make a strength save. Yeah.
How many people did you bring with him?
Strength save. That's not bad. 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. He does. He does grapple you, but you're able to plant your feet against the side of the wagon, and it's and he's like,
Oh, Donna, you son of a bitch!
Ivan, and he headbutts you one time.
So tell me, you mad bastard, are you ready to hunt something truly strong?
I am really, really ready.
I promised you a
the
long
hunt-
time ago that you would get to hunt something powerful, yes?
Yes.
Today, you'll have a chance to hunt something not only evil, but very fucking strong.
I can't wait to sink my teeth into this.
No.
I'm holding you to this promise, even though you're 25 years late delivering on it.
I'm, 25.
It's been a long
The
time.
time and the fame must it passes quickly, correct?
Time is time, and we're wasting it right now. To the hunt!
To the hunt!
Now,
I like this guy.
there
Fucking love Octana.
will be the 5 around the 2 wagons. They have a prisoner. His name is Pip. And at all costs, we must keep Pip safe. We must get him to me immediately, because I can get him out. I can get him to safety.
Okay, what if they cut his throat the minute we attack?
Well, then
bring him back.
Then what we can
Oh, maybe
do?
you-
Oh, I'm not there. Never mind.
No, we're all brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Are we?
Okay. You form up the wagon in the front. You have introductions made. You introduce the mercenaries to the hunters. The mercenaries, and everyone in your group.
To the paladins.
And you ride out. After about another quarter mile past the bend, you do come across a group of paladins, and there's Mystios waiting with them in the early pre-dawn hours here.
It'll just be like 3 days early. They actually ran 3 days behind.
When we make our approach, I would like to dismount and go find Simgar if he's awake.
Simgar is standing with his troops, with his group of paladins. Yes, and he's already spotted you, and as you approach around the corner, and he sees this crazy assembled group of this small army that you've assembled here. A broad smile comes across his face, and he squares himself off with you as you jump from the wagon and approach.
Simgar,
Ivan.
thank you for coming. It means a lot. I trust the message. Well, obviously you're here, so my message got to you. Yes.
Yes, I got your message.
We come with riders. We come with that tall, crazy-looking bastard back there is Okdana with the Wild Hunt. They are not from this realm. They are from the Fae.
The Fae.
They have come to help us
And
with this.
he looks over these hunters and he looks at them in a slight frown of disapproval as he looks at them, and because they are a ragged bunch. They almost kind of look like, Mad Max.
Yeah,
kind of.
savages.
Nice.
Their armor is pieced together. They wear the bones of the things that they've hunted on them.
Bunch of psychos
Many times they didn't bother to clean the meat off very well.
Snacks for later.
Their horses are twisted monstrosities. He's well, if a son of Dominus can vouch for them, then I'll stand with them.
They're some of the purest hearts you can imagine. Kind of simple, but they're very good at hunting.
Very good.
Saliana has brought her
Mercenaries.
father,
Mercenaries.
Stepfather?
her
Father
my
figure.
father.
her fatherly figure.
My
friend.
daddy.
We stand, I think, ready with numbers. I can only tell you from what we've seen from experience, but these 5 are quite strong. We are going to need to come up with some kind of a plan. I have a thought I would like your input on. I have with me they called it a blasting charge from a mine in Chult. I've made it myself. I wish to bury it in this road and cover it using this piece of lattice and whatever dirt we have. My thought is the lead horses will hit it, detonate the bomb. It will shred the horses, but the cart will probably still be okay.
Depends on how big of an explosion you end up making. Because we don't want to harm Pip, but we want to harm everything else.
Correct. Pip is a resilient boy, and this is going to be a hell of a ride.
Resilient.
Um,
He's bomb resilient.
Zach, I would like to walk about 100 feet ahead, climb into a tree, and keep an eye out up for the road ahead.
Okay. Cool.
And sneak.
Easily done.
Okay, but you gotta do like.
Yeah. An eye. I said an eye.
The eye.
DI.
So, Simgar, what do you think of camouflaging your troops far enough back from the blast that they will not be injured by the bomb, but close enough to be of use when the calamity hits? Is this something you can do?
Will be of use. You want to?
I would like to hide you and your men off the road a bit, as not to raise suspicion. And when you hear the kaboom, or if you see charge given, you go.
I don't know about this plan that you have. It's just planting a bomb, an explosive in the middle of a road that is traveled by all.
We would be in the position to stop weary travelers.
That's why we do not simply leave.
How
the
would
bomb.
you do that?
We
Well,
can't stop all the people coming up and down the road.
I mean, should a trader or merchants come by,
We,
It was
we
said-
guide
could
them
you live
around.
with yourself knowing that you had accidentally murdered them?
no.
I'm fine
that's-
with that.
That is not the point here. But what I'm saying is we have enough people with magical abilities, or perhaps even just a
Do
flint
you
and
know
torch.
which cart that Pip will be in, the front
Yes.
or the back cart? Well, then you should just
cart?
ride up on your horse and throw the bomb into the other cart.
Which cart
Where
would
the
he be
other,
in?
He's probably going to be in the rear cart, guards in the front. That's how I would do it.
But then again,
and then, but don't forget they
the
got
front one probably
well
well protected.
whole group of soldiers with them.
But we know they ride in a black covered caravan style wagon. We've seen it in the scribe. We know what it looks like. Anything other than that, Saliana's already up in the tree.
Well, I hope
Can-
some
can
carnival
we not-
wagon
can we
doesn't
not
come
go-
along.
Can we not just go ahead and can we not just go ahead and bar off the road, like coming from Suzeo?
Either way, Simgar, my thought in this is if we bury
Out of
this
order.
bomb deep enough, the blast will erupt vertically, eliminate the horses so the cart cannot escape.
Again,
And then what?
what happens if an innocent?
If we see
Happens around.
anyone that's not our target going towards the road, we will guide them.
We can
Around it.
stop the wagon and warn them. Or
So-
at the very
That
least,
there's a pothole that they have to go around, or else their cart will get caught.
that's an idea.
But where are they going to go around? Because the road is only so
So,
wide.
well,
No,
wait a
the
minute.
bomb is
Maybe-
specifically
So
in
you'll,
like an
so
area.
you'll,
Uh,
Direct traffic.
so you're basically telling me that you act as the DOT.
Department of Transport.
we have people
Isn't
coming
that
up
who
and-
directs carts around potholes?
You are correct. Yes.
You have an orange flag.
I have a blue cape.
Your plan might work.
I also
Wait,
have a torch.
Wait, I have something close to orange, and I rip off a piece of my. Oh my god!
Piece of your chain.
Brother, you just got that fixed. Oh, by the way, Simgar, this is my brother Arneas.
Hello.
I know.
I know we look a lot
I
alike.
think this idea it might even kill Pip inadvertently. It might kill some innocents, just like I said. And you being a paladin, you don't want to take innocent lives. I say let these crazies attack them first, and then we got enough people. We got paladins, we got crazies from the
No, but
thing.
the idea is we need to catch them by
And-
surprise.
And how are you gonna grab Pip? Who's gonna grab Pip?
Well, with the cart a little jostled, we might be able to jump in there,
I mean,
grab him really fast, and bolt out because the five will be all
We
attacked all at
have-
the same time.
We have a tutu. She can probably, once the bomb has placed the damage on the cart, she could probably rip it apart. Or at the very least, if she can find Pip, she can grab Pip and pull him out.
I also have two
Okay,
assassins.
don't forget-
Simgar's eyes go to
These are
go
powerful
look
people.
around and looks from one to the other, and then looks up to two. And goes, "This is your tutu."
She is our tutu. She has been a valuable contribution to
No,
Hammer.
you don't do that. You do.
That's right.
No, but like when she
I'm
snaps,
just-
she like bursts into your.
Thunderstone.
So
I'm using the
Ember,
short one.
when do you want us to throw these bags of flour?
Just whenever you are either attacked by an invisible force, or when you feel like there's someone nearby targeting you, throw it down and watch the footsteps.
Holy shit, you're a smart woman.
That's literally what she said earlier.
She's.
Yeah.
This is why I call her Fire Woman. She blows me away.
I hate him.
I think Pip.
I strike Ivan. I go to assassinate.
I think Pip had spent too much time around Scarlet.
Main thing is we want to grab Pip and get out of there. We don't want to fight to the death with these people.
No.
Remember, everybody.
If
Also-
we
we
fight to
have
the
to
death,
keep
we
in
fight to
mind-
the death.
We have to
Got a
keep in
decent
mind
army.
too, like
be aware of what's going on in the battle. If it looks like we have the upper hand and we might win, we might
We need
as
to push
well.
advantage.
Yes.
With an army, I'm not there.
We've
Never
got,
mind.
we've got a small army in our
Wait, you're with us?
hand.
I'm 100 feet ahead.
I
Start
want
yelling
to
down.
throw one more thing out there real quick for those of us. There's a good chance that Pip will be locked up in some sort of magic and/or locking
That's
mechanism.
I have zero
We
magic.
have. While we do have
Be
Tutu's
strong.
brute strength to be able to rip apart the entire cart by hand because she's just crazy like that. We also can use Mystios' lockpicking skills, and we can use Vestamon's dispelling magic.
Here's what I think we should do. As soon as
And
bomb goes off,
Ember as well.
And Ember, she can light the cart on fire.
I have
Once Pip is out,
once
My
Pip is
favorite part of
out.
the plan.
you may burn whatever you see. That is guilty.
Salty, I get out of the tree.
I say we do the I feel like there's a word for this. Something where you just attack full force at once. Some sort of blitz. I don't.
Could be a blitz, could be an ambush.
Could be a Krieg.
Oh.
Sort of like a blitz. If blitz and Krieg could be a thing.
The yes.
I feel like there were some very angry Europeans that did this.
Also,
But what's go ahead.
I just realized too they might have some area of effects, damages and spells. Perhaps we should.
That's the part where I was going to say. As soon as bomb goes off, I can have my two guys and myself jump in automatically, try to take out whoever we can, and then you swarm in.
I think we should swarm in one group at a
We're
time.
still assuming that the bomb is the direction we are going to go.
I mean, if we do, I got these two. They know what they're
Do I hear anything coming from the
Make
direction?
deception check.
Well, that's a good one.
That's a 7.
7.
Surprise us.
Wow.
So, looking from your vantage point in the
Barbs.
tree, you do see a few travelers on the road. They seem to be on foot, walking the opposite direction away from you.
Can I see? Because remember, when we scried them last time, they were watching us. I want to, before we get into this battle, I want to see, do they know we're coming? Do they see us?
You wish to scry them again?
Yeah, because
That might alert them, though.
I think they've
think
been
we should
watching
hide
us the
everyone
whole
before
time.
we start.
Zach,
That's
I'd
right.
like to jump down from the tree and tackle the traveler.
Oh no, I mean they're quite a ways away.
Can I call out to them?
No, you might be hurt.
Good.
Hey!
bitch.
Hey, y'all Travis.
Hey, wait up!
It's supposed to be a fight?
Look, if they die, they die. Let's go.
Seriously, that's what I've been saying this entire time.
Yeah.
Good.
If travelers on the road
Yeah.
die, that's what happens with
With
Rift and Wrath.
Right?
I've called upon my
Collateral
demons to
damage.
protect us.
What?
Ah.
Technically, still.
Yeah, but
I'd like
that
to
is, that's no guarantee. Some of us are gonna
jog
die.
up
We
to
know
them.
it.
Not
in a non-threatening way.
Huh?
Not in front of Semgar.
Demons!
Also, I'd like
No,
to
I
keep
mean,
my
like-
eye out
Dim
for
on.
anyone going towards this bomb. And
Have we
like,
put it in the ground?
we planted it in the ground, but I want to keep my eye out in
Well,
case
we-
like we
no, we
miss
haven't.
someone.
No, we
that's
haven't done
going-
anything with the bomb.
Oh,
No, this is
I
still
think
the
we
planning
need to hurry
phase.
up and
Why don't we
decide.
just chuck the bomb when they get here and then
Yeah.
someone shoots it with an arrow and...
Because when you throw
you
something
suck
like
at
that,
arrows.
it creates horizontal
Not me.
shrapnel. We don't want horizontal shrapnel. That will hurt everyone.
Why do we
need
have to
go
even use the
vertically.
bomb?
Yeah, we don't have to use the bomb.
We don't have to use the bomb. You want to use the
I
bomb so
say-
bad.
I'm
You
thinking
How
it's
about
the
You
best
want to use
way.
it in
Put
the
your hand up,
castle. You
vote.
want to use it on the road. It's going to kill all
Okay,
of us.
yeah, everybody put it to a vote. Do we use the bomb? All in favor for bomb.
I'm thinking that the bomb is going to keep the reserves of our spellcasters
Here we go.
from
Yeah,
using.
I have 0 magic, so big boom means I can actually do something.
Oh,
So
Vestamon, think of this as a, what did you call it, a spell slot?
Yes, I do. I think of it as a clusterfuck. Let's go.
Indeed,
Let's
it's
do
going to be wonderful.
So
I
we
mean, the
start
chaos,
digging
chaos should be fun.
Alright, yeah, let's start digging the hole.
Yes, Zach.
and I'm just
Right
gonna
here.
make a note. I'm gonna keep an eye for like travelers, and if I see any, I'm gonna help guide them away from the bomb.
Okay.
Semgar, if you looking around the path that this curve takes, what does the vegetation look like left and right of the curve?
It's a mixture of deciduous and coniferous trees. To your left, to the right, is small shrubby trees, and off about it's about a quarter mile away. You can see the break in the horizon and the tree lines, and you can actually see the ocean from here.
We push him into the ocean.
You know.
Right here, that's like the wind is blowing chilly. It's pretty cool out, and you can smell the salty air from the ocean. Like the night insects are chirping loudly. You can hear the bugs, but not the sound of any other animal or humanoid activity.
If you see a place on the inside of that curve, a place where you can hide the bulk of your men.
But we can all just go up into the tree line.
But, okay, what I'm thinking is I'm going to place this charge maybe 50, 60 feet away from that spot.
Okay. Who's going to be directing traffic in case innocent people come upon it?
Ember, you can do this?
Yes.
Are you wearing your bracelets?
Yes.
Oh, you could take a bath in this shit and be fine.
Oh yeah.
Then I will put her closest, and then I will be on the other side.
Very good. We'll get our men to the tree line immediately.
All right.
Men, for truth, for honor, for justice, prepare. And then he begins briefing his men as they walk on the upcoming, what the rest of you have discussed, and tells them about this. Tells them all this is for now just a rescue mission. The main thing is getting the child out, or the young man.
Brother.
Armaeus. Yes.
I'm going to start digging. Can you watch the road this way? Tell any travelers that
Construction.
yeah, we are
Consider it done.
maintenance and whatever shit. All right.
Just
Okay.
and if they give you any problems, just pull out guns.
I'm gonna find my spot and start digging.
Did the
Okay, cool.
travelers stop for me?
Huh?
Did the travelers stop for me?
No, they were pretty far away. I mean, they were just they kind of looked around nervously.
I'm gonna get back in the tree.
Okay.
Also, we should tell them that the road is going to only be closed for a little bit, just in case they run into any other travelers and start saying, "Hey, the road over there, it's bleh."
Yeah. Or we can just kill every traveler that comes walking past.
We're not doing that.
Why?
You've been so good.
I
Don't break it.
I don't care.
Because we are not going to slip into that slippery dark stuff that Vestamon likes to stab people in.
Okay. So you're able to place the bomb in the road.
Okay.
As soon as bomb goes off, I would like to have Sorson and Ableton jump in, start doing damage. Because that's what they're good at. They're good at surprise attacks.
If you can put them in a position close, that would probably be a good idea.
Wait, was I told that one of them turns into a bird? One of the 5.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah,
the guys I brought along. I was like, I don't think so.
If I was told that, I would like to keep my eyes peeled for a bird in the sky. Just a lonely bird.
Alright. I'm going to place my 2 dudes in a proper position for when something goes off.
When it comes time, I want to morph my familiar into a dragon to go down and attack the other wagon.
Yeah.
I'm just letting y'all
We're
know
getting
that
ahead of
time.
ourselves.
Tell that man not to get in the way of me.
Zach.
Yeah.
You can go down and attack that second wagon.
I think we should do it one step at a time. We'll just see what
I
happens.
think it ought to be just a big clusterfuck. Just charge in there.
That's not how it
Balls
works.
out, buddy. Show them who's boss and stun them. Get hit and then get
There
the
has
hell
to
out
be
of
some
it.
sort of strategic reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole,
If we want to do this properly.
It's just
the whole point about the bomb
Okay.
is to stop.
You gain.
Yeah, and make sure
Okay.
they can't, like, take
Find
the power away.
familiar. Animal form you choose: bat, cat, crab, frog, weasel.
Weasel, all fucking dick.
The crab just.
They're real cute.
You see Peach.
Yeah,
That's
talk to
real
the
cute.
bee.
Crab Ragoon?
Hawk, lizard, octopus, oil, poisonous snake, fish, rat,
Fish on land.
seahorse, or spider.
Perfect. So it's all about
Familiar can't be a dragon.
Okay, he can be a seahorse and I'll ride him in there.
A seahorse?
Brilliant.
How big of a seahorse?
Just a floating seahorse.
Actually, seahorses don't growl. They just.
Paper dragon. I'm without.
Okay, so here we are.
Let's get ready for this.
Bomb is set. What are you directing the wild hunt people to do?
Just
Huh?
hunt.
I
Hunt.
would-
Hunt.
I will probably put them on the opposite side of the road. Is there any place that's an open field or anything that would deter?
This is some Avengers bullshit.
So like,
Yeah, there's a spot where it kind of where there's a larger set of rocks, like a carriage and horses can't get over it, and woods on the other side. And it's like beyond this outcropping of rock is small scrubby trees. So it's almost like where it comes to a choke point where
Okay.
you planted the bomb.
I will probably put them about 75 to 100 feet.
So they're
back.
going to be off the road on the opposite side of where the paladins are.
Correct.
Okay. What are you directing Charter and his men to do?
I'm gonna have him. Is he mostly like swords, or is it arrows, or like what kind of weapons do they have?
They have bowmen. They have bowmen with them. They have bowmen, but they're also armed with short swords in case they have to get into hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, the ones that are bowmen, I want them to be posted up in trees, but kind of
Okay,
back a
cool.
little
So
bit
that done. Okay, so they're back up. They're back in the tree line.
behind the bomb.
We know that one of the five can't is never seen. There's a good chance that it's scouting for stuff like this.
That's what I said by the
You're
bird
talking
earlier.
about.
Oh,
you're talking
okay.
about.
So-
Yeah.
The druid.
As you take up your
road.
positions here.
The druid can also polymorph.
Well, then we're looking for birds. Be suspicious of every bird. Sorry, Zach.
Every bird's bad.
You take up your positions. You wait. Again, an hour passes.
Oh, actually, while we're waiting, say it, Taylor.
While all the logistics is being planned out, I'd like to take some time and just kind of sit by myself and communicate with my axe and try to familiarize myself with it a little more.
Oh yeah, I've got that new wand, man.
Remember, you also have that sword.
I ought to communicate with my new wand.
Scary death sword.
Scary.
Oh, it's in the bag. I ain't fucking with that.
Oh,
Right
I'm gonna
the
take
perfect
my bracelets
time.
out and I'm gonna
Ain't
kiss
fucking
them.
with
Okay.
I'm gonna jingle my dragon armor.
Nothing like giving away your position.
So over the course of the next hour, when everybody's taken up their positions, they've gotten their strategic stuff out of the way. Something like a very hoarse whisper comes again to your mind. It's like a breathy voice that speaks in Dwarven. It's like, who is it that seeks to make pact with me?
What are you doing?
Pulling out the tab for you.
We've been traveling together for quite a while now, and we don't really know each other. My name is Xenophon. I'm a dwarf. I'd like to get to know you a little better.
I am Baldric's will.
That sounds mighty powerful.
Yes, it's what kept him alive for 600 years after he died. through sheer force of will, it was so powerful. I was so powerful that I had to be put into this axe.
What were you previously?
I am Baldric's will.
Oh.
Oh.
That's hot.
Oh. Does he have a brother?
No.
Is he a brother?
Okay, so we're not talking to Josh for the rest of the night. Okay.
Let's continue, shall we?
My party and I are about to come upon a great battle where we might need Baldric's will to help us overcome this very difficult challenge. If you are willing, I'd very much like to wield you in battle.
You require an iron resolve.
Yes.
Yes.
And what do you offer in exchange?
There's this one guy. No. It's too much.
What do you desire in return?
We're going to play games. What is your offer?
Give it the red goopy stuff.
Firstborn child.
Here's blood. Fart on it.
Blood for the blood god.
Here's some blood.
I desire
Dragon ice cream.
to be made whole again.
Is that something you can... Is that something we can help each other achieve? Would you be able to walk me through how to return you to your former glory?
To my former wholeness? Yes, you would help me.
I will help you. No matter how long it takes.
You and I will get along just fine. The words in Dwarven. And your axe has now become a +2 axe. It does have a minor, because of the iron will, the resolve that was poured into this axe in its forging. If you set it to a task, it will not stop until it's done. And so you feel that you feel the axe sort of its power surge through you, and fierce, like as determined as you've been in the past. There's now a like mind. This axe is its resolve melding with your own.
When we get into the fight, just be like, kill them all!
Chuck in there.
It's the axe murderer. Just floating axe murdering thing.
Alrighty. Well, I think we're...
Okay, so the axe now attuned to you. There are a couple of times where there are travelers that come and you have to flag them down and route them around where Ivan had planted this bomb in the road. If you would, you said you're watching out for certain things, make a perception check.
And my perception.
Slacking.
Sorry, I need to bring my stuff.
Why you not
Actually,
back?
Okay, so
Plus 4.
8 plus
Uh,
4,
oh.
So 6. Wait.
yeah,
Plus
no,
3.
plus 3, sorry.
15.
15. You do spot an unusually large bird
Shoot it down.
in the distance.
Just kill it.
Probably about up above as you're scanning the tree lines, and you look once over to the half moon.
Mm-hmm.
You see a shape move across it, and you begin tracking it with your eyes. You notice this bird is flying sort of a circular pattern, but ever advancing towards you. As you hear in the distance.
Everybody, I think it's time. There's a bird up there. To hide. I think we shoot it down and we'll give ourselves away. I think it's best to just hide.
Being ahead in the trees, can I tell if it's the wagon that we saw Pip leaving in?
Make a perception check.
9.
9. There are a pair of black wagons moving towards you.
I'm gonna look to Source and Ableton and be like, as soon as bomb goes off, we jump in.
I'm gonna message Ivan and say, black wagons inbound.
If there's anybody near me, like Semgar's people, anything like that, I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take the chain whip, activate it, and just kind of hold it up for a second, and then hide it behind my cloak and go find a place to hide.
Yeah, I'm hiding too.
As well.
Far enough away that if the bomb shit hurts me, I'll have a chance to at least make some ruckus if I need to.
And
I can
I'll be with
message.
Ivan.
I'm gonna go ahead and message Charter, Simgar, and Okdana that the time is near.
Okay. The bomb that you made, this is the same contraption. This is the one that's got the bottle of alchemist fire along with all the explosives. Is that the one?
It's the cannonball.
Yeah.
With the bottle of alchemists on top this time with a bed of gunpowder. I've got the lattice on top of that.
Okay.
And then filled in dirt. So in theory, a hoof will.
Yeah.
It's a fucking IED. it's literally an IED.
Okay. So again, coming up around the corner, you see the 2 large wagons. The 3rd wagon behind it, not covered. There are the 3rd wagon. You see, there's like 6 forms in the back of the wagon riding in an open air wagon. It's not covered. 1 person in the driver's spot. Sun just beginning to lighten the sky in one part. It's beginning this, whereas before it was inky blackness and dark blues. You see a bit of violet and blue off to the east. They ride up and onto your position. They get to where the bomb is. Roll a D100. 2D10.
51.
And the first horses roll right over it and they don't step in it. Roll another D100.
Oh no. We may have to attack.
56.
The second horse, as they move across, the second horse moves across. Roll D100 for the wagon. As it moves across, the horses didn't step on the bomb.
How far has the lead wagon gotten at this point?
It's moving over the bomb right now.
Okay,
there's 4 horses.
Oh, horses, wagon,
horses, wagon. They've got to move. Horses, wagon. You're going to see. There's a percentage. There's a percent chance that these horses and the wagons will hit the bomb as they're going down the road.
I didn't think about that.
It's a charge.
96.
The third has the front wheels of the wagon. Hit that. Instead of the horses setting off, the wagon. And
Honestly, better than horses.
and
And this isn't
explodes upward.
This is the open top one?
No, that's
This is
the
the one.
open top one is in the very back. This is the lead wagon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is the one we wanted.
As it explodes, can I spot Pip or the sign of the 5 at all? As I know him.
As the wagon bursts in half, and a huge fireball launches itself into the night, mushrooming up. The horses scream. The rear horses go flying forward. They're all tethered together, so the horses begin to tumble and stumble, and the forward momentum of the wagon drags it into the explosion as most of it is blown skyward, and the other part is blown up and on its side. A couple of bodies get launched off and land up in the tree line as the wagon comes crashing down into a flaming mass that's kind of half in and half out of the road. And you want to make a perception check to see if you can see?
Yes, please.
I want to see if I can see Pip or any of the 5 that I've seen them before to recognize them.
Are we all allowed to do this?
If you're looking for them, yeah,
Yeah,
you can all
sure.
make a perception check.
17.
20.
Oh, I didn't see
My
anything.
perception's a +2, right?
Yours is +3.
Dirty,
12
dirty 20.
+3.
14.
Dirty 20.
There's none of the bodies that were thrown were the 5 or Pip.
What have the other wagons done?
The wagons, the second wagon, the carriage driver, and the lanceman beside him. Whoa! They begin hauling the horses to a stop, and they narrow the first horses, or rear up, and they come back down and come careening over. They're about 20 feet away from the rock that you're hiding behind on the other side of the road.
Since the cart is stopped and they're kind of in a panic, do the guards or the wagon bear any insignia to the Alchemist Guild? Specifically.
Make your perception check.
16.
16?
Mhm.
Emblazoned on the side of the foot, on this huge, on the side of the coach itself, is the symbol of the Black Rose.
Good enough.
Cool. So I'm gonna take.
I'm.
You have now
Mhm.
one surprise round. We get an action from everybody before we enter combat. What is everybody doing?
I'm taking me and my 2 guys, and we're jumping in and start just
Can
trying
you
to
see what time it is?
start killing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You said there's two lancemen on the wagon.
There's
directly
one
in front of
lanceman
me?
on the wagon in front of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm going to yell, now is the time attack, and I'm going to run to cut off the front 2 carts.
There's only 2 cards. We already blew up one.
Well,
yeah,
the
one
front
of them's
cart.
been blown up. So
The
yes,
front
and
cart.
the front cart has gone careening over and has stopped on the side of the road. So the road is
So
blocked.
I'm using my surprise action to
to make sure they can't advance further.
yes.
Okay, cool, done. So you run out into the middle of the road.
I'm taking the activated whip and attacking the lanceman.
Okay, so
I'm gonna use my action and try to get to the behind of the carriage to see if I can't try to find Pip.
okay,
Did you say we get an action and a bonus action?
you get a whole surprise round. You get an
Okay.
action. Okay,
Oh,
let's do it this way. Let's go around the table this direction and see what everybody does.
Okay.
Action, bonus action, movement. What would you like to do for your surprise round?
Well,
Or do you want me to start with Getty and then
Yeah,
end with you?
just
Let's
start
start with
with
Getty because he was going to go ahead and attack.
yeah.
Attacking the lanceman.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who's Getty? Let's start with Ivan. That's much better.
That.
Yvonne.
Getty's useless in this situation.
This is very true, unless he has a gun.
Bye.
this.
Bye.
Yes, I'm going to attack the lanceman.
Okay, roll a hit.
It was a fucking, where is it? 26.
Oh, definitely hits.
God damn.
13. This fucking weapon is awesome now. 23 points of slashing damage.
Hold on one second.
God.
Or, no, wait. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus 5 radiant. That's 20?
That's 21.
21. Sorry, 21 points
Ow.
total.
Okay, so the lanceman, as they come careening to a stop, and his eyes are wide, and the driver is trying to get the horses under control, pulling at the reins with all of his might, and you come out from hiding in the whip. Frost over cold, right?
Radiant.
Begins to glow, and you use it for the first time. The chain links, and it catches the side of his neck and just rips the flesh off of the side of his neck as his head spins around and his body goes tumbling off the cart and spills on the ground. The blood shining, reflecting the light from the dying fireball, and the burning coach that's lying on the other side of the road.
Thank you, Saliana. Now,
Done. He is done.
Movement. I want to jump up in onto the where he was standing on the wagon.
Okay, so
And any windows, anything I can look inside? Do I see Pip?
not on top of the cart.
Um,
There were said you could take a look inside if you want to while you're climbing up.
yes, please.
Okay, so go ahead and make a perception check as you jump up onto the cart and look through the windows.
24.
24?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see there's curtains on those windows.
Sweet.
Oh, why don't you just...
Oh, this is important. Yeah. So that was
They're
that
really
map,
nice
so-
curtains. You notice that they're made of some expensive black velvet.
Is there glass in between? Action surge. I'm breaking the window.
Okay, cool. You don't have to roll to hit. It's glass.
Okay.
And the glass goes flying in there.
And reach in, move the curtain.
Yeah, there's Pip in the back. Oh, chained
Anybody
to the
with
back,
him?
stripped to the waist. Yeah, there's definitely other people in there.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
Alright,
Oh.
my
I'll call
turn.
out. My first day at work, I'll call out.
Okay. Good. That's
So-
the end of my turn.
Okay,
Um,
Saliana.
I'm sorry. Last of my movement. Can I get out of the window? Just like,
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
hey, I see you, and then just back away.
yeah. You have enough movement. You can definitely get back out of the way.
Surprise, motherfucker!
So as I see the wagon that that Ivan was on, and he broke the window, looked inside, and then was like, "Ooh!" Is that the second wagon?
Yes.
Okay. Seeing him break the window, I want to take out that flower from my portable hole,
Okay.
and I want to chuck it in the air as close as I can to the wagon, and then shoot it and have flower fall.
Okay. So from you, are you still up in the tree?
Yeah.
Okay. So from your position up in this tree, you take one of Ember's bags of flour and fling it into the air, and quickly, and as it's making a beautiful arch, all of a sudden it's pierced by your arrow, and flour begins to settle over this. Some of it actually hitting the fire and kind of and making some sparks.
All right. And
As
do I
it-
see any invisible person that is covered in
Make a
flour?
perception check.
That is 17.
Oh, nice.
Not right out here outside the cart.
All right, I'm going to.
Is there invisible person means?
Roughly how far away am I in like the tree to the wagon?
About 60 feet
All right,
from tree line to cart.
I'm going to jump from tree to tree,
Okay.
if possible, to get a little bit closer, like about 40 feet.
I thought you were like in the tree closest to the road, so it's like this, like
Maybe I'm just imagining it different.
yeah.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay, you gonna stay where you are?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
and I'm gonna keep hiding.
Okay. Ember, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the fire that's going on, I'm assuming it's still on fire.
It's
yeah?
still on fire, but there's like a big fire,
Ooh.
it's still burning.
I want to run into the fire myself and summon Mr. Fire Boom Pants.
Okay.
And then hopefully I will hide in the fire with Mr. Fire Boom Pants.
Okay.
Fire boom boom.
Mr. Fire Boom Boom. Okay.
Well, it's We know.
He's my
we know what you meant.
boyfriend. I can call him whatever I want.
So,
So-
okay,
He's
so
our
make a stealth check.
What's my stealth?
+1.
+1? Bad. I'm not a stealthy one.
Yeah.
0,
Oh, 0.
according to this sheet.
Well,
Okay.
I'm also not a rogue.
Yeah. So you run out into the flames and the flames begin to burn even brighter and higher, and you think you're hidden. So
Ah!
it's like this is the greatest plan ever.
Yeah, that's in my mind right now. But
Okay.
yeah, so Mr. Fire Boom Boom has been summoned into the fire with me.
Yes,
In a
absolutely.
fiery embrace.
Yes.
Okay.
As you're both sitting there, there's a fire raging around you, your hair lifting from the fire, the heat causing it to rise.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty fucking cool visual. I like that. Yeah. Xenophon, what are you doing?
Xeno fun.
First, I'd like to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Mystios to give him a +2 to his AC.
Hey,
Neat.
thank God.
The guy who just cheated on you, cool.
I did not. She kissed me.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I didn't even tell her I love her.
It wasn't me.
How close?
It was my brother.
Oh no, never mind. Where's the next closest guardsman or?
There's still a
landsman?
driver on the first coach.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, nope.
Actually, should I take what I said back and try to flip the card? No? Okay.
I don't think it. Am I close enough to the? Okay, well then I'd like to use most of my movement to get as close to the driver as I can, attack them with.
You can actually make it all the way to the driver from where you're hidden.
Can I leave the area after the attack, or will that take all of my movement?
It'll take all of your movement to get there.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Well,
And then-
because this is a surprise round. After
Oh,
this, we
you're
roll
right.
initiative.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah, I'd like to attack the driver with my Baldur's Will. Is that what I call it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god!
Bruh. Stop rolling that.
What'd you do?
Oh,
No. 1 naturally. It's an 8 overall.
Mine now.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, on attacks, nat ones actually account. So,
Yep.
Well, damn, that's toasty.
so as you're climbing up, as you're climbing up, you lose your footing, and kind of and miss the driver, but accidentally with the handle of the axe fucking clip Ivan in the back of the head because he's up there too, and
That's alright. Pip's in there.
That's what I needed to know.
I saw him. They're all in there too.
I have
This
a
is gonna
plan.
be fun.
in his excitement, he didn't think to duck.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Hey, I found him.
I found my friends.
What are you doing?
I am going to run to the. So did you say that out loud? Pip's
Yes.
in there. So would I have heard that?
Oh yeah, you would have heard that if he called it out loud.
I'm going to activate my ring of invisibility. Oh man, you put we're on the ground.
Oh, they don't know that. They don't know our plans.
Yeah, but I do. I'm gonna throw on my ring of invisibility.
Into the fire
Oh,
and
shit.
put it on Mr. Boom Boom.
An invisible fire elemental. Could you
Oh my
imagine?
god, yes!
Just invisible fire everywhere.
Why is it really hot in here?
But I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna try to kill the. I guess I'm gonna try to kill the driver for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and try to kill the driver with a bow and arrow. With
Okay, cool. So
can I use my assassinate actually?
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah! Well, it's auto.
Can you assassinate with a bow and arrow? Or do you have to be within?
Assassinate with a bow and arrow.
Okay.
It says with a ranged attack or with a.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So I'll do assassinate. So now it's just because it's an auto crit.
Yeah.
So I just roll my damage. So.
9.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 points of damage. That's it? That doesn't sound right.
Sneak attack.
Sneak.
Oh, sneak attack rolls
Sneak damage.
5. My bad.
Nice.
That's gonna be 13 plus whatever this is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well then I will.
You just take the damage die out and take those. Yeah.
Okay. 13, 20, 23.
This is 19.
19 plus 13, so
32.
32 points of damage.
Okay. So, hearing that Pip was in there, quickly taking out your bow, and you're not that far. You're not that far away, and you take lethal aim, and putting a shot that actually parts Xenophon's hair because it's so close, and the arrow in one side of the skull and out the other, and you can see in the firelight the chunks of his head that go splattering out the other side as your arrow becomes lodged in his head, and he tumbles off, and he like grazes over your shoulders. He falls past you and behind you.
Thank you.
There is now no driver and no lanceman on the wagon.
I was gonna use the rest of my movement now that I'm invisible to run up, like kind of like plant myself like up against like the side of the door. So it's like if the door like comes out this way, I want to plant myself like to like the side of it. It's that way in case the first thing that comes out, I go to stab.
Okay, so yeah, and rushing across the road and slamming your body up against the coach, you run past the flames and everything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ready an action for like the first like big fucking thing I see. I just go for a stab.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Toots.
Yeah,
What's he
I'm gonna
doing?
try and basically get Pip.
So how are you going to do that? What explain? Tell me what you do.
Ring of Chungus.
Okay,
Ring
yeah.
of Chungus.
So I'll use the
You
hippo
have
ring.
You have the Chungus ring?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
You
gave
gave
it to
it to
her.
me.
because
Okay,
when
so-
Those many weeks
Bonus
ago.
action,
Yeah.
and
I
you turn
I
into
wanna-
like,
crash into the cart and
Rip it apart.
yeah. I wanna rip the
are
cart
you just
apart.
literally just gonna like head first?
Yeah,
charge?
basically.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're
I'm gonna charge
you're
the cart.
Rhino,
I'm a,
basically.
I mean,
Hippo.
hippo,
Hippo.
but
Whatever. Still.
you know.
Wait, to give me this visual, does she become even taller? Or just thicker?
just thicker.
Okay.
Taller,
Thicker
but
than a
thicker.
Snicker.
A 10 foot 1 inch tall hippo person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Named Uru.
Woo woo.
Are you ring stats?
Woo woo.
Yeah. You do.
I got him right here. Probably.
Somewhere in there.
What's that? The stats?
Yeah, for the ring. I'm pretty sure there's about
Here you go.
yeah, that. So I knew you had it. And yeah, I'm gonna just straight up ram the cart.
Okay. Cool. Well, you don't have to roll to hit because it's a cart, but roll your damage to the side of the cart as you slam into it. It's going to be 2d10 plus your strength modifier, which will be +5.
That's going to be this one twice.
7.
So
15
15.
plus 5.
So 20.
20. Yeah.
You go running out, and
No,
where are you
8,
targeting
15
the cart?
15 plus 6.
So 21.
So where are you targeting the cart? The door, the rear? Where are you trying to target it?
I'm gonna try and take off like the whole back of the cart
Okay.
and try and like, you know, avoid the Pip in it.
so you're just charging out from behind the stones you've been hiding. It's like boom, you activate the ring and you slam into it, and the entire cart moves in the road about 1.5 foot as the back end of it goes and is exposed, and there is Pip right in front of you.
It's a pea.
He is right in front of you as he lifts his head weakly,
Is there a way I can safely grab him in my mouth?
looks at you and goes,
In a cage. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know who I am, so it's probably real weird,
I
but
should just.
is there a way I can safely like take him in my mouth?
He's chained to the wall.
I feel bad for Tim.
Why have you not
I
doing
have
Fraser?
hands? I thought it was a whole hippo.
No, you have hands.
You're,
Oh.
you're a hippo human.
You're an anthropomorphic. You're right. You've got
Sure,
hippo
sure.
traits
No, I
and
thought I
features,
was
but
a
you're no.
whole fucking hippo.
No, you have giant.
Yeah, don't pull
No,
a picture of
you're-
Chungus.
you're-
Pull a
you're a
picture of
gift.
Gift.
So Leandro the player now has something in common with Jazzy the player. They're both
It's
furries.
terrifying.
Imagine it's like this.
No,
I'll find it.
I'll find
Okay.
a real picture.
Anyway,
Well, that's
so I
irrelevant
have
right now.
hands. That's what matters.
Yes, you have hands.
Um,
Do your thing.
I'm gonna try and rip the chains and free him.
Okay.
Like, from the base of the wall, not like from
Okay,
his hands.
so-
I don't actually.
so you don't accidentally rip his arm. So you reach out and grab the chains on each side.
Oh.
You reach out and with your and grip the chains on each side, and pull. Strength check.
Do you have that? Do you have strength?
Yeah,
hell.
we have strength on both. Oof!
Ooh.
That's a 12.
12
Yeah.
plus
No,
Nope,
that's total.
That's 12 total.
total.
That's total.
Yeah.
Can you pull again? This is.
Does she have advantage on strength checks? Or no?
Could I
Well,
rage
was it-
before I did that?
I thought you were raging already.
No, I just straight up rammed it.
She couldn't.
Like,
She
not
can't.
even-
She can't rage.
Yeah, I can't
Oh, well,
rage.
fine,
before
Bonus
I
action.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
activated the ring.
But you did split the card in half. so
Wait,
you
can't you
go-
rage as a gift?
She's
With
still a
no,
barbarian.
I cannot.
With
okay.
the spell,
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You're still a barbarian.
But you already.
But
But
next time.
they don't give him the chance.
Okay, well, I at least ran the card.
Okay.
Well, don't you have 2 attacks? Oh, you already used it.
So
Yeah, I
you
used
reaching
one
reaching
protect
into
for-
the reaching into the cart. You lean in, and you can see out of the corner of your eye a hulking figure next to you as you reach in and grab, and you pull, ting, and on one side the chains come off in your right hand,
Solid.
and but you pull the other side, and you
Can I talk in this form at all?
yeah, you can
Okay.
still speak.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, Ivan sent me. I swear I'm not usually. I swear I don't usually look like this. I was gonna say I'm not usually this ugly, but like, that's a matter of opinion. Well, there are forms.
she
that
says
work
all
out
that.
with you.
She says all that.
Just say, just say just say I'm friends with Ivan.
Well, I don't want him to
Well,
think I'm this
maybe not
scary.
like announce that to the.
It
five
doesn't
that's
matter.
sitting
Look,
there.
he's been scared this whole time. One more
I'm a
scare not gonna
friend.
kill him.
Period.
There
I'm
you
a
go.
friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened to me then when she destroyed the card?
Oh, you got pushed about a foot and a half, but you're able
Yeah,
to
so you're
you're
fine.
able to recover from
Okay,
that.
We're
okay.
both saying
you're-
it.
I'm pretty sure they even saw you already though.
Yeah, your dexterity is pretty fucking high. So
Yes, it
just
is.
because the cart being rammed, I mean, it's just you moved with it.
Okay.
Your dexterity is so high, I wouldn't even have you do a save for that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're still on. It's just like what the fuck? But you kind of rock
Damn.
with it for a second, but you're still there. Ready? Your action is ready.
Okay.
Hermaeus, what are you doing?
Fuck.
I run to the front of the cart to stop them from progressing forward at all.
Okay,
I
and
want-
and while you're running to the front of the cart, you can see Ivan split one of these fuckers, just split his throat open, and Xenophon run up and swing her axe, and then the person that she swung her axe at just suddenly has an arrow through his head. And then as they both go tumbling from the cart goes and shifts from this barbarian hippo person slamming into it.
Meanwhile, the fire pit is giggling.
And the fire pit is laughing maniacally.
Gotcha. No one can see me.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand in front of all the carts. I'm going to slam my hangman's post to the ground to like make it an obstacle for the horses to get around if they have to. The front cart horses are still up and standing, right?
The front cart horses are down.
Oh.
They're down, and as a matter of fact, if you look, if you glance at the first horses, the cart is up and on fire. The horses are down and they're all tethered together. They're trying to get up, but they're tethered together. And the rear horse, there's 4 horses on their sides, and the back horses, their tails are on fire. The horses are on their side, effectively blocking the road.
Okay.
The second cart pulled off to the side. There's a third cart back behind, that's got 6 people in the back of the cart and 2 on the front.
Oh,
So
that was the third card.
okay, so I'm going to pull out my I'm going to pull out I'm going to pull out my fire phlegethus and
I
I'm
was
going
gonna say, just light the way, bro.
and I'm just going to light the front of the cart on fire.
The front of the cart.
Yeah.
Which one?
The front of the cart that Pip's in. We're
That's
like
where-
it's
Because that's where
I'm
2
standing
people
there.
are.
Yeah,
I thought you were on
I
the
haven't-
side.
No,
I'm
they're
standing
on
on
the
the
cart.
front.
Oh, they're on the cart?
I'm
They're
near
on
there
the cart.
too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
on the front of the cart.
Do it. Light them up.
Or
I
you
take
can
half
attack
damage.
the
You hear in the back of your mind.
Just attack the
"Do
third
it."
cart.
I go over and help her pull Pip out.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Something
Bring him
wrong
to
with
So-
me.
You've rushing forward, remembering you consider for a moment. I'm gonna blow these motherfuckers. I'm gonna block the road. Fuck, we gotta get Pip. And you go running over, and you grab hold of the chain, and where Tutu is holding on to the chain, and you give a pull, strength check with advantage.
Thank you. Nat 20.
Oh!
Ching.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm claiming
As you-
myself to be
All right,
advantage.
as Pip falls
Oh, no.
limply,
Sad.
his chain's now free. They're freed from the cart.
dear
There's
Lord.
the
I'm trying to murder his soul.
but the irons are still around his wrists, but he falls limply over into Tutu's arms.
Just get him out.
I'm
Bring
okay.
it to
I'm
me.
going to use action surge.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say, give me Pip. I'm gonna grab Pip, and I'm gonna use my dash. Or I can't dash. I'm just gonna use my full movement to back away from as far from the cart as possible.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hold on.
Anyway.
I'm gonna hold on to Pip.
Okay.
Shove Pip at him.
What would you like to do?
I like to cast see invisibility to see if I can see that one that can't be seen.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So as Vestamon is casts see invisibility, closes his eyes for a moment. He opens them.
Wednesday.
Bubba. Come here, Bubba.
Holding on to. You open your eyes and you look at Armaeus running away with Pip, and you see standing on top of the cart 2 tall figures that are just with large grins on their faces. You see 2 large beast shapes that are walking around the side of the front cart. You see Armaeus pulling away with Pip, with his arm around Pip. So, telling him, it's going to be all right, Pip. We have you now. And holding on to the chains that are attached to Pip's wrist. You see a very, very attractive woman raising her hand. And it looks like she has a dagger that's curved like small rapiers on each side. And she's up like this, and she looks like she's about to bring it down into Armaeus' heart.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to call it a night.
Oh.
Done with our surprise round.
Oh.
We're starting next week in initiative.
Next week or the week after?
Next week.
Next week.
We should be back in town.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only like gonna be like a 6-hour drive out. So if anything, we'll leave by noon.
It's alright. It's alright. I'm just like Vesmon's just gonna be like, hey, there's an invisible woman about to stab you, and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. And I'm just gonna move Pip a little bit, like that's all.
And she'll stab
Yeah.
Pip
Was
instead.
that,
Yeah.
hey, was that
And your
only
demon's
action?
gonna protect you
Yeah,
anyway.
if the
right
demon's
there.
gonna protect me, I'm good.
So
Hey.
he says.
DM.
Yes.
Was that the only action I had right then?
You've still got a bonus move. You've still got bonus action movement if you want to do it. We can start next time with your bonus action and your movement. And if you want to call out to your teammates or whatever you want to do, we can start. We'll start with Vestamon finishing his surprise round.
And this is just probably goes without thinking, but because I'm invisible, I can't see things that are invisible too, right?
Nope.
Damn. I wish
So-
That would be the most
Super cool.
ridiculously cool power.
Did the flower not like just land on her, or
Oh no, that was a closed card at that point. So the flowers all around, but she hasn't interacted with
Okay,
it.
Wait,
but see,
but there's-
since
you
I
said that
can
there's
see-
two people on top of the cart?
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry.
DM,
Oh no!
DM, can I
Where's
see?
Sammy?
DM,
Yes,
I can see her, but other people can't, right?
that is correct.
So in my bonus action, that's so I can throw the flower on her,
We're better now.
You do have some
so everybody else can see her.
We fixed
Right?
our
You can
relationship.
totally do that. I would allow that as a bonus action. Bonus action is interacting with your environment, opening a door, things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bonus action. So yeah,
You
throwing
can do-
a flower bomb in her face because honestly, she's only about 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
They're
And
they're
that way-
approaching on your position
Pocket
fast.
sand.
Yeah, literally pocket sand.
And
It's
that,
all right. Wait. Before we give away too much of next week's stream, we have wrapped up tonight, and that was a fun session. That was
super fun.
yeah, that was super cool. I'm so very happy to have everybody back at the table.
I'm
Yeah,
so
that was the fun part, having everybody back.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that bomb
Jazzy,
worked.
Getty. Oh man, you
Good
guys
glad
can't
you're
take that
back.
much time off ever again. Oh my
We'll
god.
be back next week. Don't worry.
It
I'll
killed
make
me
sure
not
to
seeing
speed
you guys,
to,
man. You
to
guys
be here
are
in time.
yeah.
We have
it
to
was-
go marry
it
off
was-
a friend. And
yeah.
then we'll be back.
I'm glad you guys had such a great time at TwitchCon.
Oh,
I
it
know
was-
you
it
met a
was
lot of really cool people, but oh my god, I wanted to weep. I missed you so much.
That reminds me. There is one thing I wanted to do while we're here. There is a streamer. He's not on, unfortunately. But we met him at TwitchCon.
Wednesday.
Is that how you spell it? Will you check that for me?
I don't know.
We've known him for a little while. Dude puts out fucking incredible content. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met. Roly Polypotamus.
He's lit.
Yeah, he's super lit. Yep, that's
Already
him.
a fan.
So I just gave him a shout out to the channel. He's not live right now. I wish he was, but
I'm gonna have to send me a link on Twitter or something too, or PM Discord or something because I want to follow this guy if you recommend him so highly.
he's super lit.
That's cool.
He's
cool.
so lit.
And again, thanks again to Justice Armand, the Norse DM on Twitter for the Gen Con dice, and thanks to People Baffle Me, Sean. You're a great dude. I really miss you on Twitter, man. I miss our Saturday night conversations. Whatever happened to your Twitter, man? I hope you get it figured out, man, and get that shit unlocked so we can start chatting again. Everybody, thanks for sticking around.
Hold on.
Thanks to
I got a few. Yeah, congrats to Shagpile. Joey, Panic Station 42, thank you so much for the host earlier. Rock Punch ATL, thank you so much for the host. Eric, thank you so much for the $67 donation.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, thank you,
You
Eric.
guys are awesome. Guys, thank you so much for the subs, the bits, the follows. Tonight was a great stream. Thank all of you. Seriously, thank you so much.
We had a good time. I hope you did too.
We're going to get my son back
For the bucket!
for the bucket. Oh, I can't wait to see
the
what.
pit!
Oh, Donna's gonna fuck something up, dude.
Oh, dude,
I
yeah.
can't wait for that.
So, thanks again for everything. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.
Goodbye, friend.
Oh my god. I fucked it up.
What did you do?
Wow, good job.
Professional streamer.
Ah, damn.
No.
Bye.